Stick with me, you are about to watch a guy who spent millennia cultivating into the legendary purple micro-heaven lord. But right at the peak of ascension, Mu made a wild choice. He reversed time. Boom. A blinding light blasted the altar, while massive lightning bolts struck a random university rooftop below. Just like that, Mui was back in May 2017. Just a regular college kid again. Zhou Xiang, he swore silently. This time I will not ever let you hurt my family. Adrenaline pumping, he sprinted straight to the Longshan Polytechnic University dorms. Inside room 1103, he was the only guy carrying a past life. His first mission was crystal clear. Make serious cash fast to pull his family out of poverty. Every cent mattered now. He flipped open his laptop and immediately started typing like a madman. Suddenly, loud voices echoed from the hallway. His roommates barged in, hyping each other up about some new crawfish spot near campus. The vibe was energetic, but the second they spotted Mui at his desk, their smiles vanished and the brutal mocking instantly began. Yo, young Master Mui. Skipping your classes again today, huh? We are starving over here. Why not buy us dinner tonight? Mui totally ignored them, playing deaf. He just kept smashing his keyboard. Getting ignored made that roommate completely snap in anger. Now watch this. They are trying to blackmail him, threatening to expose that he is actually dead broke, threatening to make his fake rich kid status famous across campus. Yeah, Mui literally could not care less. He simply finished formatting his entire hard drive, wiping it totally clean. With Mui acting unbothered and the bully raging, the other two roommates quickly jumped in to stop a massive dorm brawl. Hey Chu, chill out. Let him play pretend. But Mui, we kept your fake wealth a secret, and you show absolutely zero gratitude. That attitude will not help you. But Mui knew their true colors. Those two sounded like peacemakers, but they were honestly just rubbing pure salt in his wounds. He brushed it off, casually shoving his laptop into his backpack and throwing it over his shoulder. Keep barking if you want, I really do not care. His icy new attitude caught them totally off guard. Everyone froze in absolute shock. Well, except Chu, who was still practically shaking with rage. You arrogant punk. We gave you some respect, and you still talk back? Want me to beat you to a pulp right now? The insults kept flying, but to Mui, it was just pathetic background noise. Totally irrelevant. He had bigger fish to fry. Coming back to life was a miracle, sure, but his legendary spiritual energy was literally at zero. Money came first, then restoring his broken powers. He marched straight down to a local tech repair shop. He wiped that hard drive earlier just to flip the machine for some instant cash. Even though it looked flawless, 3 years of use meant he only scored 800 yuan. Holding those bills hit him hard. His mother literally saved for months to buy this for his freshman year. Now, it wasn't even worth $1,000. So depressing. Before he time traveled, he was so obsessed with looking cool that he faked being wealthy. He wasted everything at bars with fake friends. And when his wallet emptied, he shamelessly begged his poor mom for more. The stress ruined his mother's health, leading to a completely tragic ending. By the time he finally woke up, she was gone. Think about that, he sacrificed 5,000 years of raw god-tier power just for this second chance. Hey, Mui. A voice broke his dark thoughts. He spun around and saw his little sister, Muin. Seeing her breathing and perfectly fine right there, it hit his heart like an absolute truck. His past failures completely ruined her, eventually pushing her off a building to end her own life. Noticing his pale face, Muin asked, "What is wrong, big brother?" "Nothing. It is totally nothing." Mui shook off the trauma, silently vowing to protect this precious sister with his literal life this time around. Nobody was ever going to hurt his family again. Suddenly, she dug into her bag, pulling out a thick envelope for him. "There is 5,000 yuan in here. I saved up from working part-time for the last 2 semesters. Take this, and stop begging mom for cash." Mui was absolutely stunned. How did she earn so much? Muin shoved the cash right into his chest, telling him to stop acting dumb. She knew he had threatened to drop out over money. She knew exactly how he had been throwing his life away with those absolute losers. Family never abandons you. Take the cash and act right. Trust me, you and I are about to see an epic comeback. Being called young Master Mu? Yeah, that really stung. Let's dive in. In his past life, Mui was a vain parasite, bleeding his family dry. But this time around, our guy refuses to make the same mistake. He told his sister to keep the 5,000 for school, but her expression immediately went completely dark. After a tense pause, she finally confessed the ugly truth she had already dropped out. The family was drowning in debt. Thugs were literally already knocking on their front door. Their mom couldn't earn enough alone, so she sacrificed her own schooling to work, giving her brother the chance to actually finish his education. Hearing this, it felt like a knife twisting in Mui's chest. He rushed forward, pulling his sister into a tight embrace. She was totally shocked. "What are you doing?" He just whispered. "I am so sorry. Just give me some time. Trust me. I will fix everything for our family." He spoke with absolute conviction. Musin was used to his empty promises. But honestly, this time, she felt like something was entirely different about her older brother. He suddenly seemed strangely reliable. After saying a quick goodbye to his sister, Mui headed straight for a traditional herbal medicine shop. Using the cash from selling his laptop, he bought specific herbs and hiked into the deep forest right outside the city. Those herbs were for brewing a potion. Since Earth's spiritual energy is insanely weak, he absolutely needed this elixir if he wanted to cultivate fast. Before too long, the herbs fused perfectly, eventually turning into a crystal-clear solution that looked exactly like water. Boom! Mui had totally succeeded. Watch closely now. He downed the bowl and started circulating his qi. Cultivation has 5 massive tiers, starting with qi refining, then core formation, the divine soul realm, and the soul transformation realm. Finally, the peak heavenly human realm. Sure, his spiritual power was gone, but his past life knowledge was still completely fresh. That epic knowledge would easily help him claw back his immense power with maximum efficiency. Just hitting the very first stage, the qi refining realm, would make him vastly stronger than any normal human. Mui focused hard. 1 hour later, he successfully broke through to the first level of qi refining. He tested his raw strength with one punch. The blow completely shattered a massive tree trunk. Mui smirked. For now, this crazy power was more than enough to crush anyone in the local martial arts scene. With his basic strength secured, he desperately needed to figure out the fastest way to rake in some serious cash. He already had a brilliant spot in mind. Mui rolled into a shady internet cafe, but he definitely wasn't there to game. He logged straight into the Epic Trading Network. This site? Basically the global dark web, a sketchy hub for trading wild intel, rare items, and extremely illegal mercenary missions. You and I both know he needs cash fast. Right on the homepage, an anonymous, top-tier mission caught his eye. The deadly job? Eliminate the wealthy chairman Suen's daughter. The massive reward? 10 million. But incredibly, top-tier assassin Fang Shi had already accepted this brutal contract. The comment section below basically exploded over this insane update. Fang Shi was a legendary killer. If he was personally making a move on someone, that precious daughter was basically a walking corpse. Everyone pitied the Su family. Su Wen was a quiet businessman, and his daughter was known as a totally unmatched, legendary beauty. Nobody had a clue who they pissed off to trigger a massive hit like this. Mui couldn't believe somebody dropped 10 million just to wipe out one innocent young woman. But honestly, this chaos worked perfectly in his favor. Scrolling down, he spotted another desperate post directly from Suen himself. It was a frantic emergency request, begging for a true master to protect his daughter for 1 month. The payout? 20 million. Mui flashed a dark smile. Nobody dared to accept it yet. This job was literally tailor-made for our guy. Without even blinking, he smashed that accept button. Mui's account was totally brand new and completely unknown. Seeing an absolute nobody challenge the legendary Fang Shi, the online crowd went absolutely wild. A stupid lamb challenging a tiger, they mocked. This was about to get super interesting. Suddenly, pulling his headphones off, Mui's phone rang. He coolly dropped his location, then just kicked back, waiting for the Su family's ride to arrive. On the other end, Suen's secretary was super skeptical that their new bodyguard was just chilling at an internet cafe. "Sir, is this guy really reliable?" Suen sighed. "Anyone accepting is a miracle. Just bring him to me first. We will sort the rest out." Soon, Mui arrived at the giant Su family villa. "So what do you and I make of Suen?" At 45, he runs a massive empire. "Trust me, things get crazy from here. Stick with me here. This massive villa is pocket change." But seeing Mui step out, Suen freezes, a literal teenager taking on the legendary assassin Fang Zi. Suen never saw this coming. But respect matters, so he rushes out to personally greet him. "You must be Mr. Mu. I posted the bounty. I am Suen. Please step inside so we can talk business." But Mui? He does not care about tea time. He demands a full perimeter tour right now to scope out the entire battlefield. Suen eagerly agrees, dropping the lore as they walk. Turns out, this wealthy boss has a massive, bloodthirsty rival in the corporate world. Decades of bitter rivalry. Recently, Suen completely destroyed him, snagging hard proof of his dirty money and handing it straight to the cops. The fallout? An immediate arrest warrant dropped on his enemy's head. The rival became a wanted fugitive overnight. Cornered and desperate, he planned a ruthlessly sick revenge tactic. Suin adores his daughter, dropping an absolute fortune on elite bodyguards to keep her safe. Mui nods. The picture is crystal clear now. Pacing the grounds, he scans every inch of the Su family estate. Then, he speaks. Mr. Su, this place looks empty, but you have heavily armed guys hiding in the shadows, right? Suen nearly chokes. Total shock. Elite guards were stashed everywhere across the compound. Suin swore their stealth was absolutely flawless, ghost-level quiet. He is terrified. Mui spotted them with one casual glance. Look, packing extra muscle is a cute idea. Now watch closely. Mui drops pure facts against a god-tier assassin like Fang Shi. These guys are completely useless. Suddenly, the secretary sprints over. Master Lin is here. Surprise twist. Mui is not the only hired gun on the payroll today. Paranoid about his daughter, Suin also called in Linhwa, a 62-year-old mid-tier martial artist, alongside his low-tier disciple, Xiao Chuan. Stepping inside, Linhwa sighs heavily, complaining he wanted to find much more backup for this. But the second people heard the name Fang Zi, everyone practically ran away terrified. Suin turns pale instantly. Linhwa scrambles to keep the panic down. Hey, do not lose hope. Your dad and I go way back. I will literally risk my life to protect you. Right after that hero speech, Linhwa finally notices the kid standing there. Suen jumps in, hastily explaining that this teenager actually claimed the dark market bounty under the notorious alias Mui. Both master and disciple are completely dumbfounded. A high schooler trying to box the most notorious killer alive? Absolute madness. Xiao Chuan glares at him, zero respect in his eyes. He steps up, sneering. Hey brat, $20 million is on the line. You actually think you can survive this? The pure disrespect is dripping from his voice. Linhwa snaps immediately. Xiao Chuan, watch your mouth. But honestly, Suin and the old master are sweating bullets too. Mui looks fresh out of homeroom. They have literally zero clue about his insane power. Desperate for a lifeline, Suin asks the kid for his ultimate defensive strategy. Mui nods smoothly. Step 1. Rip out every single security camera and fire those useless bodyguards hiding in the bushes. Hearing this, Linhwa just groans and violently shakes his head. Is this rookie seriously trying to bait Fangxi out? A pro killer never falls for basic traps. Mui just stares deadpan. No. I said that because your guys are pathetic. They are just going to be annoying dead weight. Boom. Silence. Suin, Linhwa, and Xiao Chuan are absolutely paralyzed by the disrespect. You and I know he is totally overpowered, but these guys just think he talks a big game. Glancing sideways at the martial artists, Mui shrugs. I guess you two can reluctantly stick around. Reluctantly? Emotional damage, critical hit. Xiao Chuan absolutely loses his mind. You cocky little brat. Think you are some untouchable martial sovereign? Who gave you the right to look down on us? Step up and fight me right now. Mui just chuckles lightly, entirely unbothered. A martial sovereign? What is so great about that? Back in my past life, I was literally knocking on immortality's door. You want to fight? You alone are nothing to me. This absolutely nukes Xiao Chuan's ego. He is seeing red. But honestly, he also wants to flex his martial arts for their billionaire client. He turns to Suin, demanding he summon every single guard to jump him simultaneously, claiming he could solo 100 men blindfolded. Suin never expected things to escalate to an all-out brawl. He suggests a simple one-on-one duel first. But Mui? He does not have time for low-tier trash mobs. Right on cue, the entire hidden security squad of the Su family swarms the courtyard, dozens of armed men surrounding them. A massive fortune in muscle. Seeing this army, Xiao Chuan crosses his arms, looking completely arrogant. He figures he will not even have to throw a punch. This mob will utterly crush the kid. Let us count the seconds until you drop. Trust me, you will want to see this. The entire bodyguard squad instantly charges at Mui, but the kid just stood there, dead in his tracks. No fighting back, no running. Stick with me here, because what happens next is wild. Suen and Linhwa thought Mui was paralyzed by fear, but the absolute best part is about to drop. Because as those massive bodyguards charged in, throwing that heavy first punch straight at him, bam, they hit an invisible wall. The clash triggered a massive shockwave, erupting right from Mui's center. Every single bodyguard got blasted backward. Total wipeout. Nobody escaped the shockwave, yet Mu was just standing there, hands still shoved deep in his pockets. Completely chill, zero damage taken. Literally, not a single hair on this guy's head was out of place. Suen, Linhua and Xiaochuan were completely speechless. Absolute silence dropped over them. Like, what just happened? He didn't even lift a finger, Suen gasped. Right then, Mui lazily turned and taunted Xiaochuan to bring it on. Even after witnessing Mui's insane power right firsthand, he absolutely hated the kid's cocky attitude, acting like a god. Furiously, Xiaochuan rushed forward with every ounce of his strength. Just 3 meters out, he vaulted high into the sky, unleashing an absolutely perfectly timed, devastating spinning kick. Here's the part you need to watch closely. He didn't even touch Mui before getting blasted away. This was no ordinary, standard counterattack. Seeing Xiaochuan ragdolled like that? Yeah, that alone proved how terrifyingly heavy that strike really was. Unreal. With Xiaochuan trashed, Mui glanced at Linhua. The old man instantly bowed his hands. Mr. Mui, I was totally blind to your true godlike strength. Please forgive my absolute ignorance. Xiaochuan staggered up, utterly baffled by Linhua folding so fast. Master. Don't tell me even you can't take this kid in a fight? Linhua just shook his head. Even Mr. Liu, who just broke through to the martial sovereign realm, is literally nothing compared to Mui. Suen's jaw hit the floor, completely stunned. He couldn't believe he just stumbled onto a legendary jackpot. Is that actually real? Yes, Linhua confirmed it. Mr. Mui is a martial sovereign, a true master holding profound, limitless power. Suen trusted the man blindly, but this was a tough pill to swallow. I mean, Mui looked like a normal teen, definitely not some god-tier martial sovereign. And right on cue, Suen's precious daughter finally woke up. With Mui's beastly strength verified, Suen invited him inside to lock down the protection detail for his daughter. Mui dropped 2 firm conditions. First, an upfront deposit, 2 million cash. Second, on this mission, everybody follows his exact orders without a single question. If he says go east, you better not step west. Obviously, Suen couldn't refuse that deal and immediately ordered his staff to ready the money. Mui nodded smoothly. Once the deposit clears, I need to head out tomorrow to handle some personal business. Hearing that, Suen went into an absolute panic mode. I know what you're thinking. Why the panic? Because this Fongi guy strikes fast. Suen was terrified the assassin would attack within 48 hours. In that case, your daughter is coming out with me for the day, Mu casually replied. Suen hesitated. To him, the heavily guarded Su family villa was the safest place on earth. It's exactly why he'd locked his daughter up indoors lately. Mid-panic, old Master Su heard a tired voice calling out for him. The trio looked up. There was Su Jiaqi on the stairs, rubbing her eyes, rocking a silk nightgown. She just hit 19 this very year, Suen's only daughter, and honestly, absolutely stunning. But seeing her dressed like that in front of an elite master made Suen sweat bullets from pure embarrassment. Why are you wearing that? We have an honored guest here. Change your clothes. But I'm basically a prisoner in this house anyway. Literally, all I do is eat and sleep. If I'm trapped here, why wouldn't I wear pajamas? Su Jiaqi snapped back. Total spoiled rich kid rebellion. Suen turned red with rage, but Linhua quickly played peacemaker, hinting that the young miss was just super cranky from her massive cabin fever. Su Jiaqi scanned the room, locking onto Mui as the single stranger. Pointing straight at him, she demanded, "Who is this guy?" Suen panicked. Jiaqi, Mr. Mui is a VIP expert here for your protection. Show some respect. He was terrified she'd insult Mui into quitting on the spot. But she'd obviously been pampered her entire privileged life. Finding out he was her bodyguard didn't make her grateful at all. She flat out glared at him with pure disdain. Mui just calmly set his teacup down with a loud clink, making old Master Su internally panic. Standing up slowly, he gave the snobby Miss Su a super quick, completely uninterested introduction. He coldly demanded she follow every single order for a month to stay alive. In exchange, he promised not to lock her inside this boring mansion. She heard one thing: freedom. And that's where we leave it. Trust me, you'll want to stick around. Then I want to go out. Mu Li turns, locking eyes with Su Wen. The old man is stressed, sure, but he just sighs, finally nodding yes. Boom. Goal achieved. Su Jiaqi's eyes practically sparkle. You and I know that feeling, right? Being stuck at home is the worst. But before she can celebrate, old Master Su gets dead serious, dropping one massive rule. Tomorrow, when she heads out with Mu Li, she has to stick to him like glue. Absolutely no running off. She nods along, playing the good daughter. But honestly, she has zero clue about the actual danger waiting for her. In her head, the plan is set. Once she is free tomorrow, there is no way she is taking orders from some random bodyguard like Mu Li. Next morning hits. She goes all out full makeup, killer outfit, and slides into the family luxury ride right next to him. The second they roll past the villa gates, she starts giving orders. Uncle Kwan, hit them all. Right now. It feels like forever since she went on a shopping spree. But Mu Li? Stone cold. He completely ignores her, telling the driver to hit Longsan Polytechnic University instead. She absolutely loses it, snapping right back. Uncle Kwan? Who takes the orders around here? Bad luck for the rich girl. Though, her dad made it crystal clear yesterday. For the next month, Mu Li is the boss, period. It is all about her safety, so forced to choose, Uncle Kwan definitely has to follow the bodyguard's commands. Seeing herself get totally ignored, she hits peak annoyance. Furious, she screams at them to stop the ride right then and there. The driver catches Mu Li's eye in the rearview mirror, silently begging for help. Let her out. Mu Li says flatly. Brakes hit. Car stops. Watch this backfire. She is completely thrilled, throwing the door open. See you never, she mocks, stepping out. But wait, look where they pulled over. A dead, empty suburb. Not a single soul around, just the creepy sound of crows echoing in the wind. The creepy vibe instantly freezes her in place. 2 seconds. That is all it takes for reality to hit. She quietly shuffles back into her seat, looking absolutely miserable. Talk about a brutal blow to her massive ego. Dealing with crying girls isn't exactly his strong suit. Seeing her pout like that actually gets on his nerves too. So he sighs. Look, just stop throwing tantrums. Be a good girl, follow me, and let me handle my business first. After that, I will take you anywhere you want. She huffs, clearly still salty about it. But what can she even say? Defeated. Soon enough, the fancy car pulls up to the rugged dorms of Longsan Polytechnic. She steps out first, staring up at the rundown building like it is an alien planet. You actually live in this dump? How pathetic. Mu Li literally does not care about her rich girl complaints, stepping out in total silence. But a high-end luxury car, plus a stunning rich girl on a college campus? Yeah, that draws a massive crowd instantly. Guys immediately rush to their dorm balconies. The whistling and catcalling start echoing, making her cringe in pure, unfiltered disgust. So when he tells her to head inside, hard pass. She flat out refuses. Miss, your father said you have to stay in his sight. The driver tries to reason with her, but she is completely stubborn. If you want to hit the mall later, hurry up and follow. The threat works perfectly. Pouting hard, she reluctantly drags her feet, following him all the way up. Inside, his 3 shirtless roommates are mashing controllers, totally focused on their game. Catching him walking in with an absolute 10, the annoying teasing kicks off instantly. Hey, young master, nice catch today. Why not share the fun with your bros? Ever since his rebirth, our guy absolutely despises these trashy roommates. I know what you are thinking. Seeing them openly creep on her right in front of him, his eyes go dead cold. He steps right in front of her, voice dropping like ice. Keep your distance from her. The trio just smirks back at him. Whoa, what is with the glare? We are just joking around with your little girlfriend. Chill out, man. It is just a joke. We are bros, right? No way you are actually mad about this. Mu Li lets out a dark scoff. You like messing with girls? Go find your own trash to deal with. Without missing a beat, he unleashes a tiny spike of raw spiritual energy. To the girl, the room looks totally normal. But to those 3 creeps, they suddenly see a swarm of screaming, glowing skulls everywhere. The phantom skulls shriek in their ears, demanding their actual souls. The terror is so intense, the trio collapses, shaking like leaves and begging for mercy. What is wrong with them? She asks, totally confused, since she is completely blind to the horror show. Nothing. Just a minor illusion, he says smoothly, pointing her to his chair to wait. He just needs to grab some clean clothes, take a super fast shower, then they are out of there. Trust me, driving away, she has a million questions, and you are going to want to see what happens next. Let's dive right in. She glared at him. Spill it. What kind of dark arts did you just use? Seeing this spoiled young lady's completely bratty attitude, Mui could literally feel a massive headache brewing. He leaned in cold. You already know exactly how strong I am, so why test me? Sujachi instantly flinched, throwing her hands up and screaming in terror. But Mui just kicked back in his seat, looking totally chill. Just kidding, like I'd ever actually hit a spoiled rich girl. Boom. Sujaki was played like a total fool again. He was absolutely seeing red, ready to throw hands with Mui right then and there. Right then, Uncle Kwan glanced back from the driver's seat, asking where he wanted to head next. Snapping back to the real mission, Mu dialed his little sister's number to find out exactly where she was hanging out. Mu Xin told him she was busy working and dropped the address. Instantly, the car bolted straight for number 107 Long Tap Road. Pulling up, Mui saw it was a restaurant. But hold up, this wasn't your average dining spot. Every single waitress was a young girl wearing a maid outfit, bowing to customers like they were absolute royalty. Sujachi had zero clue his sister worked here. Assuming Mui just had some weird fetish, she literally burst out laughing. "Oh, so this is your type?" Mui stayed dead silent. He was honestly too stunned to speak. Never in a million years did he expect his sister here. The two stepped inside, grabbed a random table, and ordered a couple plates of food. Mui immediately asked their maid waitress if Mu Xin was on the clock. The girl nodded fast, saying Mu Xin was grabbing orders in the back kitchen. A second later, Mui spotted his sister carrying a huge tray of food. Now, pay attention. That heavy makeup and frilly maid uniform on her? Absolute torture for a brother to see. Mui was so triggered he bolted upright just in time to watch some absolute trash bag slap his sister's backside. "Little Xin, you've kept me waiting way too long. Get over here." Mui watched this whole sick display go down, and his face went completely dark. This punk was Sun Chengren, 23 years old, the sole heir to the massive Long Corporation real estate empire. But honestly, just another spoiled, rich thug. Looking at Muin's defeated face, it was painfully obvious this rich kid had harassed her way too many times. "I really have to work. Young Master Sun, please let me go. I cannot serve you right now," Musin pleaded, sounding totally exhausted. "Don't run off," Sun Chengren yelled out, suddenly pulling a small box from his pocket. Inside, a blinding diamond ring for a proposal. "Little Xin, be my girlfriend." This dramatic stunt instantly hyped up every single customer watching. The crowd started whispering, completely crowding around to watch the drama unfold. Even from her distant table, Sujaki instantly recognized this wealthy jerk. But Mui didn't charge in blindly. He stayed back, waiting to see exactly what kind of filthy tricks this scumbag would pull on his sister. Sun Chengren shoved the glittering ring right in Mushin's face, flashing an incredibly arrogant smirk. He kept going. "Little Xin, your family is totally broke, and your useless brother burns cash like it's nothing. Your life must be absolute trash. Just date me, and I promise you endless wealth and extreme luxury for the rest of your life." It was supposed to be a proposal, but his attitude was ridiculously condescending. Sun Chengren was basically humiliating Muin in public, so she coldly shot him down, turning around to seriously finish her shift. "I know what you're thinking, he'll walk away, right? Wrong." Completely humiliated, Sun Chang'an grabbed a water glass and dumped it all over himself. With his expensive pants completely soaked, he roared at the top of his lungs, "Owner, get out here." Realizing the infamous young Master Sun was throwing a tantrum, the boss didn't dare waste a single second. He sprinted out immediately. Sunshin instantly fabricated a wild lie, claiming Musin threw the water on him, and fiercely demanded she get on her knees to wipe it. Hearing this, the boss immediately blamed everything on Muin, even raising his fat hand to strike her face. But mid-swing, his wrist was locked tight. "Who the hell are you? Let me go." The owner shrieked in panic. But Mui's grip was like iron. There was absolutely zero escape. Finally, with barely any effort, Mui completely launched the guy straight backward. Boom! The owner's massive, heavy body slammed directly into a wooden table, instantly snapping it in half. Yeah, you don't even need to ask, that definitely shattered some bones. Every single staff member and customer in the room just stared, jaws completely hitting the floor in pure shock. Mushin was equally stunned. She never imagined her brother would casually show up here. Meanwhile, Sujaki was witnessing Mui's insane fighting skills for the very first time. She was absolutely paralyzed with shock. He had just tossed that huge owner away like a tiny ragdoll. "Who do you think you are? Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong." Furious, Sun Chengren scrambled to his feet, charging straight at Mui and pointing a shaking finger. But compared to that massive boss, this rich kid was built like paper. You and I just witnessed pure karma. His fate was exactly like the owner's. One hit from Mui, and Sun Chengren hit the floor, screaming in pure, excruciating pain. He definitely felt like he shattered several ribs. "Stick with me here. This brat actually tries acting tough. I am the Sun Corporation heir," he yells. "How dare you strike me? You must really want to die." "Oh, wow, color me shocked. I had absolutely no idea your little real estate group was such a big deal." Suddenly, a cold voice cuts through the room, making Sun Chengren completely pale. "You dare touch what is mine?" The rich kid thinks he is hearing things, but boom, Sujachi actually steps out, throwing her full weight behind our boy Mui. His absolute joke of a family company versus the mighty Su family. Knowing he is totally outclassed, Chengren scrambles out of the restaurant like a rat. Watching him run, Su Jockey just laughs. She nudges Mui with a grin. You totally owe me now. Actually, he owes you his life. Mui is being completely serious here, because if she had not interrupted, Mui absolutely would have sent that kid straight to the graveyard. Su Jockey opens her mouth to reply, but gets cut off. His sister, Muin, grabs his hand tight, begging him to leave immediately. Mui is practically bursting with questions. Why is she working this degrading job? The pay is good, his sister mutters, shutting him down. Seeing her act so painfully calm just absolutely shatters his heart. She is swallowing all this humiliation just to clean up his past messes. All because he recklessly burned through their cash. Watch closely here. In his past life, he never knew. Now, he stands completely frozen, and we can both feel his crushing guilt. I have not changed clothes yet, Muin mumbles, nervously fixing her maid uniform. Shaking off the guilt, Mui asks Sujasi for the nearest boutique. Sujasi immediately flashes a brilliant smile. You asked the exact right person. The trio hits the mall, and Sujaki starts picking out some seriously stunning outfits for his sister. But checking those heavy price tags? Muin goes totally pale, frantically waving her hands in panic. Way too expensive. I cannot afford this. But Sujaki just laughs. What are you worried about? Your big brother is absolutely loaded now. He could literally buy this whole store. She smiles warmly, hyping him up. He is my personal bodyguard, and my salary is no joke. Muin is still totally suspicious, but eventually caves and lets him cover the massive bill. Walking out, he wires her a cool 200,000 yuan. Keep some for yourself, he says, and use the rest for mom's massive debts. He can literally see her brain working overtime, but dropping the whole rebirth truth bomb? Impossible. So he spins a wild story about meeting a hidden grandmaster. Claims this mysterious elder awakened his core and taught him some legendary martial arts. Basically, he insists he has evolved into a completely different man. You and I know she is not buying that. He thinks it sounds perfect, but Muin just scoffs. Do you honestly expect me to believe that? Sister, I swear I have changed. Mui pleads earnestly. She fires right back. Can someone just change for zero reason? Her sharp logic completely shuts him down. They just stare in awkward silence. Then, suddenly, Muin bursts out into loud laughter. Whatever. Keep your secrets if you want. She smiles softly. The only thing that actually matters is that you have finally changed for the better. I am telling mom right now. Mui begs her to apologize on his behalf, but she shakes her head. You need to face her yourself. She turns away. Su Jasi leans in, totally smirking. So tell me, Grandmaster Mui, with your godly skills, are you actually terrified of your own little sister? Mui stays quiet, but his ears turning completely red says it all. Seeing the mighty fighter so embarrassed, she finally stops teasing him. Once they hit the road, she casually reminds him about every single favor she did for him today, from scaring off that spoiled rich kid to styling his sister. So, naturally, payback is due. Mui knows exactly what this young miss wants. Surrendering, he tells their driver to follow her absolute command. She literally cheers like a kid. Thrilled, she points forward and orders the driver to head straight to the biggest mega mall in town. Because, honestly, her absolute favorite sport is extreme shopping. Riding this high, she ruthlessly shops until the sun goes down. And our legendary fighter, Mui, he gets demoted to a very expensive, walking coat rack. It takes stuffing the entire back seat with luxury bags before she is finally satisfied and agrees to call it a day. Just as the engine roars to life, Mui's instincts scream danger. The driver catches his dark expression in the mirror. Boss, is everything okay back there? It is nothing. Just drive us home. Mui replies coldly, but his gut is never wrong. From the shadows, eyes are locked onto them. The route home cuts straight through a totally deserted mountain road. The trip there was a breeze, but this drive back, tires violently screech as a massive uprooted tree blocks the road. That is where we leave it. Trust me, you and I need to see what comes next. Let's dive into some absolute madness. Uncle Quan steps out to check a blocked road, with Mui right behind him, but while the driver examines the tree, something deadly whistles through the air. Normally, Uncle Quan would be dead before he even realized what hit him. Luckily, he has Mui. The guy casually uses his power to freeze the projectile dead in its tracks. The moment Uncle Quan realizes it is a live bullet, his legs completely give out. He drops straight to the dirt, terrified. He stammers in panic. But Mui? He just keeps the bullet suspended in midair, completely and totally unfazed. To him, This is just a pathetic, cheap trick. But if these assassins want to play dirty games, he is more than happy to play along. With a simple thought, Mui unleashes just a tiny fraction of spiritual power. The bullet snaps back into the trees. Without even aiming, Mui effortlessly returns the attack right back to its original sender. Boom! Two assassins hiding deep in the forest take a bullet straight to the head before they even process what went wrong. Back in the car, Sujaki jolts awake from the noise. She pushes the door open, confused, asking what all that loud commotion is. She sees Uncle Quan shaking on the ground and immediately starts asking questions. Seeing her step outside makes the poor driver absolutely panic. He screams at her to get back inside, warning her about the ambush. But right as he finishes talking, before Sujaki can even process his warning, a weird scent hits her. By the time she realizes it is knockout gas, game over. Her legs go completely limp, and she collapses hard. Meanwhile, Uncle Quan is already out cold from breathing in the heavy fumes. The only guy still standing is Mui. He fully expected a trap, but this squad definitely does not look like Fang Shi's usual thugs. Curious to see who ordered the hit, Mui decides to pull a sneaky little trick and flip the script on these guys. He completely ignores the unconscious Sujaki on the ground and quietly slips away into the shadows at the edge of the woods. Seconds later, the heavy gas starts clearing up. A groggy Sujaki weakly opens her eyes to see masked strangers with pistols moving in. In a total daze, she desperately calls out for Mui, but he is completely gone. The leader of the hit squad doesn't care about some random guy going missing. He orders his crew to grab Sujaki and bounce. Now pay attention here, because the guy they thought ran away in terror, he suddenly materializes right behind them. He coldly demands to know who sent them. Hearing Mui speak, the masked thugs jump and spin around. They immediately realize they got baited. But seeing Mui standing there completely solo, they let out a massive sigh of relief. The boss curses him out for trying to play hero alone. He orders his brothers to absolutely destroy the kid until he stays down. The entire gang of kidnappers charges forward at top speed. But to an absolute beast like Mui, they are literally just pathetic small fry. Mui just casually plucks a few random leaves off a bush. In anyone else's hands, they are fragile leaves. In his hands, deadly flying blades. With blinding speed, he shreds right through their entire attack formation. The leader's eyes practically bulge out of his skull. Using simple leaves to kill? How did Shanlong City hide a master this insanely strong? Mui coldly repeats his question. Mui had deliberately left the boss breathing for one single reason: to extract some hard intel. You and I both thought he'd talk, right? Wrong. Realizing he is completely outclassed, the guy bites down on a hidden poison capsule instead. Within seconds, the boss coughs up black blood and collapses, with his only lead dead on the dirt. Mui is totally annoyed. Nothing else to do here, so he decides it is time to bounce. He casually blasts the massive tree off the road with raw energy, then walks back over to Sujaki. He transfers a tiny pulse of internal energy into her system to burn off the heavy knockout gas. Honestly, he didn't even want to wake her yet, knowing she'd just complain. But suddenly, her eyes flutter wide open. The very first thing she sees, Mui staring intensely right down at her, with his fingers placed directly on her chest. Pure panic mode. She bolts upright, crosses her arms tight, and immediately starts screaming her lungs out, calling him a pervert. This is the exact headache Mui wanted to avoid. He sighs, asking what she thinks is happening. He flatly explains he was saving her life. She obviously doesn't buy it until she finally looks around and sees those masked assassins dead on the ground. Her face turns absolutely pale with terror once it clicks that a hit squad was actively hunting her. Seconds later, Uncle Quan regains consciousness. Seeing the brutal aftermath, his reaction is basically just as terrified as hers. Mui calmly tells Uncle Quan to drive back to the Su estate immediately. He mentions the blocked road is handled. Back at the massive Su family villa, Mui drops the crazy story on Su Wen and Linhua. Wild, right? His daughter went out today and entirely dodged Fang Shi's crew. Stick with me here, we're diving straight into the chaos. Another assassin group appeared, making Master Su panic. The Slaughtergate? Linhua shook his head. He seriously doubted the Slaughtergate would use such cheap tactics. Mu frowned. Every single killer had a leaf tattooed on their wrist. That is our only clue. Hearing about the leaf tattoo, Lin Yua narrowed his eyes. The mark felt familiar, scratching at the back of his mind, but he just couldn't pinpoint the exact underground organization. He honestly never expected that someone besides Fang Shi would be actively hunting down Sujaki. As her father, Master Su was completely on edge, unable to relax. He made a strict call: zero outings for Jackie from now on. He absolutely could not afford to drop his guard. Suddenly remembering something crucial, Mui turned to Suin and requested a batch of high-quality jade bracelets immediately. Master Su had zero clue what he was planning, but he instantly ordered his secretary to hunt them down. The Su family was absolutely loaded. Not long after, she returned carrying an entire box packed with premium jade bracelets. One glance confirmed they were top-tier quality. Mui grabbed the box, looking incredibly satisfied. "Are you going to consecrate these to ward off evil spirits?" Suin asked, completely missing the point. "That fake consecration stuff is for street scammers. No real martial artist buys into that," Lin Yue clarified. Master Su looked instantly embarrassed. "My apologies. I clearly lack understanding." That night, he took the box upstairs. "Now, watch closely, because you and I are about to see some actual magic." Picking out the absolute best pieces, Mui channeled pure magical energy straight into the jade. He grabbed a solid jadeite bracelet and went to knock on Jackie's door. She ripped it open, looking completely annoyed. "It is late. What do you want?" Mui shoved the bracelet at her. "From tomorrow on, keep this directly on your body." Mui meant exactly what he said, but Jackie somehow completely misinterpreted the vibe. Cheeks burning red, she crossed her arms defensively over her chest. "Close to my body? What are you trying to do?" Mu seriously had no idea what was constantly going through this girl's mind, but he wasn't about to argue with a dramatic rich kid. He simply handed over the bracelet and carried the box right back downstairs. Lin Yue and Suin were still awake, so Mui decided to give them a live demonstration. He grabbed a bodyguard's pistol, casually tossed a jade pendant high into the air, aimed, and fired a shot. The bullet ripped forward, but inches from the jade, it violently sparked against an invisible energy barrier and bounced right off. Lin Yue's jaw dropped in absolute shock. "That is completely incredible." The pendant landed back in Mui's hand, but it instantly shattered into a dozen glowing pieces. Suin immediately realized the catch: that shield could only block one fatal strike, but blocking one lethal hit meant saving a life. A priceless treasure like this obviously couldn't last forever. "Wrong," Mui interrupted. "That was just a prototype for one-time use. These here are the finished products. These block 4 or 5 hits. And you and I both know Jackie got the absolute best one, since she's their prime target." He handed the rest to Lin Yue and Suin, telling them to give one to his mother and his sister immediately, just in case the enemies decided to target their families too. Suin didn't waste a single second, immediately ordering his men to deliver them. Next morning, Jackie stared hard at the jade bracelet. She had absolutely no clue how insanely powerful it actually was. Complaining it looked ugly, she just tossed it aside. Heading downstairs, she walked straight into her stressed-out father. "Sipping tea?" He glared at her. "Where exactly are you going?" "Out to have fun," Jackie shot back stubbornly. This girl was totally fearless. After nearly dying yesterday, she felt zero panic, but Master Su was practically sweating bullets. To him, the streets were literally swarming, with killers hunting his daughter down. So, he flat out grounded her. Mui wanted to stay out of it, but noticing she left the artifact behind, he stepped in. He would just have to escort her. This rich girl was definitely gorgeous, but totally empty-headed sometimes. She was literally hunted by assassins yesterday. Her life was on the line. Yet today, totally forgot the danger. Ignoring his magic bracelet was bad enough, but now she was visibly annoyed he was trailing her. Along the street, Jackie constantly tried to lose him. Feeling suffocated, an idea hit her: a bathroom escape. And trust me, you and I already know this is a terrible idea. Obviously, Mui was not going to follow Sujaki into the women's restroom, so he just waited outside. "Let's dive in." He knew this girl was scheming, but actually climbing out the bathroom window. But guess what? The second Sujaki slipped through that window, she looked down and saw Mui already waiting. "How did you get down there?" She completely froze in pure shock, still balancing on the AC unit. "Does it matter when I got here? The real issue is that you are flashing everyone right now," he casually pointed out. Hearing that, her face instantly turned a bright, burning red. She let out a massive shriek and scrambled back inside. Her genius escape plan? An absolute failure. So she locked herself in the bathroom, refusing to leave. Why does he always talk like some grumpy old man? Mui just stayed quiet. If she found out he had actually lived for 5,000 years, she would absolutely lose it. He kept chatting with his old friend Guishao, until she suddenly remembered a detail. Her birthday party was coming up in a few days at her house. Seeing her old friend again today, Guishao quickly invited Mui over. "I will text you the details," she offered. Mui had zero reason to say no, promising he would be there. She smiled. "Anyway, I will not interrupt your date. I definitely do not want your girlfriend hiding in that restroom forever because of me. After saying their goodbyes, she walked away. Moy watched her go, feeling completely nostalgic. He honestly never thought he would bump into faces he had practically forgotten in this lifetime. Right then, his phone buzzed. Mai answered, only to hear Uncle Kwan absolutely panicking on the line. He yelled that Sujaki had swiped the car keys and sped off, and she did not even have a driver license. Do not worry. I got this, Moy replied. He was so busy chatting with Gui Xiao, he completely forgot she could sneak out the window. This girl is just pure chaos, he sighed. Meanwhile, Sujaki was cruising down the road. That taste of sweet freedom felt absolutely incredible. Now, watch closely, because her luck is about to run out. Sirens blared, and a cop car suddenly cut her off. An officer stepped out, saying they got a tip about an unlicensed driver. He walked right up and demanded to see her license. She totally froze. Obviously, she did not have a single piece of ID to show. While she was panicking, a very familiar, smug voice echoed. If you cannot drive, you really should not be behind the wheel. Do not give other drivers a bad name. Seeing Moy standing there, it instantly clicked. He was the one who snitched. You absolute jerk. I am going to end you, she screamed. But first, she had to visit the station and pay a fine. Because of that stunt, the young miss was still furiously holding a grudge. 3 days later, she locked herself away, refusing to leave her room. When Moy finally knocked on her door on day 3, her expression was pure venom. What do you want? Get lost. I do not want to see you, she snapped, slamming the door. Come out here. I actually need a favor. Mu knocked a couple more times. Hearing that he needed help, she slowly peeked her head out. What could you possibly want? Initially, she could not care less, but then, he made a deal. If she helped him out, he would grant her one single condition. Her demand was super simple. From this moment on, Moy was absolutely forbidden from following her. He agreed instantly. But you and I both saw that coming. He was totally laughing at her inside. Even from afar, he could easily protect her in secret. Anyway, the big favor? He needed her as his +1 to Gui Xiao's party. Gui Xiao lit up the second Mui walked in. Standing beside her was her dad, Gui Yi, looking just as old as Master Su. She stepped up and politely greeted Sujaki first. Hi there, I am Gui Xiao, Moy's old classmate. I am Sujaki, his master, she shot back. That word left Gui Xiao completely stunned. She immediately shot Mui this totally weirded out look, probably thinking he was into some strange roleplay. Meanwhile, Mui was mentally raging. They literally agreed on a normal cover story. Then, a voice echoed. Well, if it isn't Master Mui, did not expect to see you crashing this party. Mui slowly turned toward that arrogant tone. Even after centuries, he knew that voice. Wu Ming. Back in his past life, Mui suffered pure humiliation because of this exact guy. Wu Ming stared him down, immediately opening his mouth to throw out some heavy trash talk. Why are you dressed like trash today? He sneered. Got bored of faking the rich boy act, so you switched to playing the beggar? His lackey instantly joined in laughing. Trust me, you are going to want to see this payback. All right, let's dive right back in. Sujachi actually had no clue Mui was secretly a rich heir, but hearing these old classmates insult him, she was disgusted. She glared at them and snapped. Mu, these annoying flies are way too loud. Let us go grab some air outside, Sujachi said sharply, instantly pulling Mui away from the mess. Calling him a fly totally hit a nerve with Wu Ming, but suddenly, he finally noticed Sujachi standing there. Pure jealousy hit him hard. How on earth did a broke loser like Mu pull such an absolute stunner? They say a guy's partner is his greatest flex. And honestly, it is entirely true. With Sujachi beside him, Mui completely outshone everyone in that room, despite his plain clothes. Soon enough, Sun Chengren and his dad, Sun Defu, crashed the party. Chengren immediately walked right up to Gui Jiao, offering a birthday toast. Gui Jiao kept a polite smile on, but inside, she was totally on guard. She knew all about Sun Chengren's toxic reputation. Her only thought was keeping as far away from this guy as possible. Just as he raised his glass, Sun Chengren locked eyes with Mui. He definitely had not forgotten getting completely humiliated at the maid cafe. He had sworn revenge, promising himself he would completely destroy Mui the next time they crossed paths. While Sun Chengren plotted his payback, Wu Ming suddenly walked right up to him with a fresh toast. Hello there, young Master Sunday, I am Wu Ming. We actually met before. I was really hoping we could be friends today. Wu Ming looked like a total suck-up. Seeing this, Sun Chengren hatched an incredibly toxic plan. Now pay attention. Here is where it gets crazy. To be friends, He orders Wu Ming to publicly humiliate Mui. Hearing this, Wu Ming felt like he struck gold. He had no clue why Mui pissed him off, but if bullying his old classmate meant getting close to Sun Chengren, easy money. A shady plan instantly clicked. Over at the buffet, Mui and Sujachi were chilling. You would never guess she was a crazy rich heiress by her appetite. She was literally destroying several cakes back to back. Zero cares about her high-class image. Mui told her to slow down, but she just kept stuffing her face like she had not eaten in a decade. Hey Mui, come over here. Just then, Mui heard Wu Ming yelling for him. He turned around to see him waving like a maniac. Mui immediately knew something was off. This guy calling him over was definitely an obvious trap, but honestly, he was curious to see what garbage plan they cooked up. So he confidently walked over. Getting closer, he spotted Sun Chengren waiting there. Before Mui could even blink, the guy started screaming. What the hell are you doing? Are you stealing from me? Then he dramatically threw himself right onto the floor. Wu Ming grabbed him and shouted, Mui, what is wrong with you? Stealing? And now violent assault? Have you zero shame? Mui was actually speechless. Two grown adult men really pulled this childish, pathetic stunt just to frame him. With all that yelling, a massive crowd immediately swarmed around them. This was exactly what these two clowns wanted. Wu Ming loudly announced that Mu was absolute trash back in high school, and nothing had changed today. Hearing all this angry noise, Gui Zhao shoved through the crowd, shielding Mui. Guys, this is a huge misunderstanding. Mui would never ever do a thing like this. Gui Zhao, you are way too innocent. You clearly do not see his real colors. Mui, you literally robbed young Master Sun at a birthday party. How are you even worthy of being invited here? Wu Ming kept yelling. But watch closely, you and I are about to see Sun Chengren sneak up behind Mui. He hid a gold watch, making it look like he pulled it right out of Mui's pocket. He immediately screamed, Look everyone, this is my watch. Why was it inside his pocket? Mui is a dirty thief. Do you think we are all idiots here? Mui just scoffed, then brutally shoved Sun Chengren hard into the dirt. Sun Dafu angrily rushed over and roared, Who are you? How dare you hit my son? These two were VIP guests here. Seeing things spiral out of control, Gui Zhao quickly rushed in to help Sun Chengren stand up. He demanded an apology. But Sun Dafu went totally wild, ordering Mui to kneel and beg for forgiveness. If not, he would personally drag Mui to the cops for stealing a watch worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just a cheap watch worth a few $100,000. Is making this huge scene really necessary? Sujachi finally stepped up. The second Sun Chengren saw her, he went completely pale. He never expected her at this party. She smirked. Holding it yourself? Yet calling him a thief? Trust me, you guys will love what happens next. Stick with me. You and I are about to see absolute chaos. Hands on hips, Sujaki threatens to sue Sun Chen before complaining to Mui. Why waste breath arguing with trash like him? I still had to step up and handle this mess myself. You are making me miss the cake, you brat. Who gave you the right to act so arrogant? This time, Gui is the one firing back. The guy has zero clue who Sujaki actually is. He only wants his daughter chilling with Sun Chang'an. Of course you don't recognize me. You think just anyone is qualified to meet me? Sujachi replies, keeping her absolute queen attitude. But she never saw this coming. Gui and Sundao don't recognize her either. They actually call security to toss her out. In her entire life, Sujakshi has never been kicked out of absolutely anywhere. She finds this feeling kind of funny. Security surrounds them fast, but Mui steps up and pulls her behind him. He dares anyone to try and lay a single finger on Sujaki while he is standing right there. Old Master Su protected his daughter way too well. Outsiders rarely ever saw her face, which is exactly why these fools have no idea who she is. Sun Chang'an knows she belongs to the Su family, but since nobody else recognizes her, now watch this closely. He orders an attack, but as the guards rush in, a terrifying flow of energy suddenly erupts and circles around Mui. What the heck is this power? Is he a martial artist? Sun Chen asks, totally shocked. Mui answers him with pure action. The energy settles, and countless afterimages of Mui suddenly appear right in front of them. Clones or speed mirages, it does not matter. Every single security guard gets utterly destroyed. Watching from the back, Sujaki is totally hyped. She shouts at Mui to teach the old man's son a brutal lesson. Sun Dafu is literally drenched in sweat from absolute terror, but he still tries acting tough. Yelling that he is the chairman of the Sun Real Estate Group, he screams that martial artists cannot do this. Smack! A loud slap echoes, cutting him off completely. Mui does not care about his age. He slaps Sun Dafu so hard, the guy instantly passes out cold. Sun Changren watches his father fall to the floor. He stands there spouting empty threats at Mui. Remember this right now. Mui coldly says, silence does not make me a coward, and it sure as hell does not give you the right to insult me. Then, Mui suddenly remembers someone else he has not punished yet. He bolts over and grabs Wu Ming. Snatching Sunshin and Wu Ming by their heads, he aggressively slams them right into each other. The impact leaves them seeing stars before they both pass out. Seeing this entire birthday party turn into pure chaos, Gui starts panicking hard. You know exactly what happens next, right? Gui tells Mui to apologize, even offering to help him beg for mercy out of respect for Zhao. Right amid all this madness, Suen finally shows up. The guests are absolutely stunned. Suen walks into the hall, goes straight up to Mui, and respectfully clasped his hands in a deep greeting. Master Mui, please forgive my delay. What on earth happened here? Gui simply cannot hide his massive shock. He might not know Mui's true identity, but he definitely sees who holds the real power now. Meanwhile, Sun Dafu finally wakes up and spots Suen. The old man completely panics hearing old Master Su say, Sun Dafu, my daughter and her friend were just playing around a little bit today. No need to make a huge deal out of this, right? Plus, Mui is actually their highly esteemed VIP guest. Sun Dafu completely throws away his pride. He drops to his knees, begging Mui to forgive his absolute blindness for not recognizing a true powerhouse. But Mui wants absolutely zero to do with trash like him. He just coldly tells the guy to get completely lost. The truth is finally out. Mui is no thief. This whole mess was just that pathetic father and son duo playing victim after starting it. Plus, realizing someone this young commands such insane respect from the mighty Su family, every single girl in the hall suddenly finds him incredibly charming. They literally swarm over to get to know him. Surrounded by all these women, he hears Lin Ua call out, Master Mui, somebody from the Martial Alliance is asking to see you right now. Mui silently thanks him for the perfect rescue. But honestly, this is the very first time he has heard of this mysterious martial alliance. According to Lin Ua, they are an alliance of Huaqia's powerful martial artists. They take orders straight from the nation's absolute highest leaders, handling literally everything related to Huaqia's martial arts world. This sudden visit is actually tied to the exact same group that violently attacked Sujaki just a few days ago. Lin Ua leads him straight to a private room. When he opens the heavy door, 5 or 6 tough-looking people are waiting inside. The guy chilling on the sofa has the highest cultivation level in the room. His name is Shishan, Section Chief of the Martial Alliance's 2nd Division here in Land City. So this is Mui, bold enough to challenge Fang Shi at such a young age. Beside Bai Zan stands a younger guy smirking arrogantly. He clearly looks down on Mui, which instantly guarantees Mui is going to absolutely hate him. That's where we leave it. Just say what you want. No beating around the bush. Mui snaps. Stick with me, you and I are diving into something wild. They heard Suen's daughter was attacked, and that our main character was guarding Sujaki. So we just came to pay our respects, Bai Shishan declared. Mui? He just gave a flat O and literally turned around to leave. Done paying respects? Cool, I'm out. To everyone else in the room, this kind of attitude was absolute disrespect towards someone like Bai Shishan. This made his lackey absolutely furious. Seeing red. Honestly, if Section Chief Bai hadn't stepped in, an all-out brawl would have exploded right there. Bai Shishan actually brought some incredibly heavy intel. The attackers? Members of the Heiwan sect. He warned Mui that this group was seriously dangerous, telling him not to take them on solo. He promised the Martial Alliance would secretly shadow and protect Sujaki. Mui just said fine. And with that, Mui just strolled right out. Section Chief, that brat is insanely arrogant. We need to teach him a lesson. That lackey was fuming again, completely losing his mind, muttering how Mui was basically going to end up dead really soon anyway. Why waste your energy? Bai Shishan sneered. Someone like him could never go toe-to-toe with a real threat anyway. Leaving that mess behind, Mui headed to the banquet hall to find Gui Zhao. It was way too chaotic before, so he hadn't given her a birthday gift yet. She opened the box Mui handed her. Inside, a stunning, glowing jade pendant. Mui, this is way too valuable. I can't take this. But Mui wasn't having it. Value doesn't matter. Just keep it on you for emergencies. Always. It would keep her completely safe. Why? Because he secretly packed that jade with pure spiritual power, just like Sujaki's protective bracelet. Blushing, she finally accepted it. But little did they know, Sujaki was watching this whole sweet interaction from the sidelines. She was pouting so hard. Was she actually jealous? Or just annoyed seeing Mui using her family's precious jade to casually romance another girl? Now watch closely. The real masquerade ball is about to begin. Just out of pure respect for Gi Jiao, Mui actually decided to stick around. Everyone wore simple masks. Except for Sujaki, she somehow tracked down a massive, full-body bunny suit that covered her entirely. She completely lost that graceful, high society lady vibe she usually had. Soon enough, Gui Jiao stepped out. And wow, wearing a stunning dress with literal fairy wings on her back, she looked exactly like a magical pixie. Mui was completely hooked. It totally made sense why he had crushed on her so hard during his entire past life. Even in this life, she was drop-dead gorgeous. Mui, come on, let's dance together. She practically dragged him in. Mui wanted to back out since he had zero rhythm, but she happily offered to teach him every step. So, holding hands, the two of them stepped right onto the main dance floor. We both know what sudden darkness means in these stories, right? Forget romantic surprises. What actually awaited Mui was Sujaki's absolute blood-curdling scream piercing through the silent hall. Who are you? Let me go. Mui, help. Hearing that, Mui instantly sprinted into the darkness, leaving Gui Jiao totally alone. Big mistake. Two shady guys instantly crept up, trying to snatch Gui Jiao right there. She was practically scared out of her mind, but the second they tried to grab her, boom, that exact jade pendant Mui just gave her flashed with a blinding, intensely bright light. A literal energy shield erupted around her. Realizing they messed with the wrong target, those two kidnappers instantly panicked and bolted out of there. Snatching Gui Jiao was a total bust, but they still managed to haul off their main target. Poor Sujaki was gone. The mastermind? A guy named Hong Da, a high-ranking enforcer from the Heiwan sect. Before the kidnappers could escape, Bai Shishin blocked their path. The tension was insane. These two factions clearly hated each other's guts, both ready for absolute bloodshed. While they were busy glaring at each other, Mui casually strolled right into the scene. I don't care about your little rivalry. Hand Sujaki over right now, or I am putting you in the dirt. Bai Shishan, who had just stormed off earlier, could not believe he was crossing paths with this arrogant kid again so soon. But this was personal. He wanted Hong Da's head himself, so he barked at Mui to back off. Mui shrugged. Fine, you get exactly 1 minute. Crossing his arms, Mui just leaned back, looking completely bored and utterly impatient. The second Mui spoke, Bai Shishan flared his energy. He lunged straight at Hong Da, aiming for a brutal first strike, but Hong Da easily brushed it off. It was a massive clash, going back and forth for over a dozen rounds without anyone taking the lead. That is, until Hong Da played dirty. He whipped out a hidden dagger and plunged it right into Bai Shishan's chest. Section Chief Bai played by the rules of martial honor. He absolutely didn't expect a cheap shot like that, but blades don't care about honor. And he was bleeding out fast. Hong Da raised his weapon for the kill, until Mui sent him flying with one insanely casual kick. Your minute is up. Mui simply didn't have the patience to watch these old rivals settle their grudges anymore. Seeing the deadly Hong Da instantly crippled by a single hit, Bai Shishan just stared, his jaw practically hitting the floor. You and I just witnessed pure karma. Moments ago, he looked down on Mui, thinking he would end up dead anyway. Let's dive right back into the absolute madness. Hong Da finally realized this kid's strength was way out of his league, staggering up and glaring at Mui with pure rage. Who the heck is this guy? Seriously annoying. Frustrated, he popped a strange pill straight into his mouth. Instantly, Hong Da's body started mutating like the Hulk. In just a blink, he morphed into a massive, overpowered beast. Smirking like crazy, he thought these fools just didn't know their own limits. With that power-boosting pill from the ancestor, he called them all pathetic bugs. But before he could even finish bragging, Hong Da watched Mui completely vanish into thin air, and when he reappeared, boom, right in his face. Zero time to react. Mui slammed him face first into the dirt with one single, devastating punch. Yeah. So much for that epic power-up. Didn't even get to use his new strength. No chance to strike back at all. Watching this absolute beatdown, Bishan was shivering from pure, unfiltered terror. Mui was way scarier than any monster. How had he never heard of a powerhouse like this? But while all that was going down, during Mui's fight, the young miss of the Su family got totally ambushed, captured, and tied up in the back of a car. Waking up completely dizzy, she quickly realized how bad things were. They were parked somewhere super secluded. That total creep Ching Tian was staring at her with the most disgusting, lustful look on his face, calling her a gorgeous little snack. He couldn't even control himself. Hearing that, Jiaki screamed out in total panic. But right as he leaned in to kiss her, Wang immediately snapped at him. What's the rush? She goes straight to the old ancestor first. We get our turn later. Completely helpless, Jockey could only cry as she panicked. Damn you, Mui. Where the hell are you? Stick with me here. Out of nowhere, a crazy energy blasts past the car. Qing Tian freaks out, but Chang just mocks him for seeing things. He swears nothing is there. But Jockey instantly recognizes that bright blue light from before. Mui finally arrives on the scene. Using raw power, he instantly lifts the entire car midair. Then, boom, he slams it back down, terrifying everyone inside. Wang finds this roadblock totally annoying. Kicking the door wide open, Wang draws his gun, totally ready to teach Mui a lesson. Unloading his weapon, Wang screams he will blast him to bits, but Mui easily dodges the bullets. Now Wang threatens him. Do not forget we still have the girl. He opens the door and drags Jockey out, gripping her tight. He yells, take one step closer, and she feeds the fish. Mui just glares back with zero fear. You dare? Now watch closely. Wang smiles, says try me, and actually drops Jockey straight into the roaring ocean. All right, time for Mui to teach this absolute garbage some manners. Leaping forward, he delivers a perfect strike to Wang's neck, instantly dropping him completely unconscious on the ground. Without wasting a single second, Mui dives straight down. Thankfully, he manages to catch Jockey right before she hits the crashing water. Igniting his blue aura, Mui pulls Jockey close. Even half awake, she realizes his strong embrace feels incredibly warm and super safe. Jockey is finally rescued and brought back to the Su family. Mui quickly asks Suin for updates. Suin reveals that every single assassin, including Hong Da, swallowed poison to silence themselves permanently. You saw that coming, right? Just like that, the entire trail goes completely cold again. Suddenly, Jockey wakes up and asks Mui to come closer. Following her request, he steps over to check. Are you feeling any better? But out of nowhere, Jockey clenches her fists, lunges right at him, and screams, you absolute jerk, you lied about protecting me. Suin immediately steps in, scolding her. Show respect. Without Master Mui, you would literally be dead right now. Surprisingly, Mui just gently accepts the total blame. I am so sorry. It was my fault. I will absolutely protect you better next time. She completely freezes up after hearing that. Stick with me here. Why is this blockhead acting so weird? He just politely asked. Can you please get off me? She jumped up embarrassed, sitting totally quiet. Suin cleared his throat. Master Mui, the old master is waiting for you. Over in the Su family living room, Sun Dafu and his boy were bowing deep before Mui, begging for total forgiveness. Master Mui, we were completely blind last time. Thank you for being so generous and not holding a grudge over our absolute stupidity. Please accept this token. He glanced at the $10 million check and replied without blinking, leave it there. But if you ever dare approach my sister again, I will show absolute zero mercy. Sun Dafu bowed, trembling. We would never dare. Mui watched them, thinking to himself, it looks like Fang Shi is finally making his next move. Shifting his gaze outside, Mui decided to hit an internet cafe to dig up some more info. Clicking the global black market site, he thought Fang Shi returning means he is definitely starting something big. Trust me, you will love this. Fang Shi just announced his return. His target? The Su family's precious daughter, Su Jiaqi. The internet was already buzzing, completely writing off the poor Su family. Beauty usually attracts serious trouble. And around these parts, if Feng Zi wants you dead, you are already a ghost. But who can stop him? What about Mui? He just bagged a 20 million prize, so he is clearly skilled. The forum trolls aren't convinced. So what if some rookie named Mui is strong? Do they even know Fang Shi's reputation? Is Mui even a match for him? Mu just smirks. He instantly logs into his main account and drops a ruthless status, calling Fang Shi a total stray dog. Mui flexes that he trained since childhood, officially crowning himself a once-in-a-millennium martial arts prodigy. He calls Fang Shi a mere butcher. Then Mui throws down an open bet. You back Mui? The payout is a massive 10-1. Betting on Fang Shi? Just 1-1. The starting pot sits at 10 million. So, who are you putting your money on? The wild news quickly hits the Su family. Master Mui literally created a deathmatch betting ring online, and Su Wen confirms it. Mui provoked the assassin and casually dropped 10 million on himself. Hearing this absolute flex, Su Wen orders another 20 million bet on Mui. Meanwhile, out in the beautiful scenery, Su Jiaqi is throwing a massive, whining tantrum. She desperately wants to go out and play. Suddenly, Mui's phone buzzes hard with a brand new notification. User Xiangtian Zuoki Ji drops 200,000 on Fang Shi, commenting for him to completely crush Mui. User Domineering Cucumber supports Fang Shi with 100,000, demanding the assassin teach that stupid Mui a real lesson. But honestly, That is pure chump change. Right then, Su Wen's massive 20 million support for Mui successfully processes. Seeing that fat stack, Mui bursts out laughing. But since he is completely ignoring her, Sujachi glares at him, super annoyed. How dare he ignore her? She is about to throw hands, but Mui instantly raises his in surrender, saying he hears her loud and clear. Now, pay attention here. Mui is getting impatient, silently wondering to himself if the deadly assassin has finally arrived. Still being ignored, Sujachi snaps again. She demands to know what he is staring at, and if he is coming. She literally prances around the garden, happily singing about finding the mystery Romeo, who saved her life last time. She is fully swooning over his warm embrace and flying skills, calling him cosmically handsome. But right then, Mui's face goes dead serious. He grabs her hand, dragging her inside. It is bad. He feels an intense murderous aura closing and Feng Shi is definitely close by. She just keeps yapping, asking why he is getting so incredibly worked up. She claims her mysterious hero would knock him out with one punch. Mui ignores it, slipping a jade bracelet on her wrist, though she complains it is hideous. She refuses to wear it. So, Mui flares his imposing aura to forcefully subdue the stubborn miss. He demands she wears it to stay protected, begging her to stop being stubborn. The sudden close contact leaves her completely blushing. Flustered, she mumbles an agreement. 4 hours pass. Sujachi is literally just laying there, loudly singing cheesy pop songs about glowing light and love. Meanwhile, Mui is stuck on maximum alert. He is totally baffled. Why hasn't the guy made his move yet? I know what you're thinking. Why so cautious? Mu figures he needs to force the assassin's hand right now. So he creates bait, shouting that he spots a cute white rabbit. The naive girl instantly springs up, super excited. She asks where it is, and Mui points right out toward the open flower bed. Totally hyped, she scrambles outside. Sujachi literally runs endless laps around the yard, desperately calling for the little bunny to come out. She's even offering phantom carrots. Still, Feng Shi doesn't bite. Then suddenly, a very unnatural gust of wind blows past. Sujachi feels something wrong and turns around. But Mui? He's already locked onto his prey, making a move. He casually blocks the assassin's opening strike. Feng Shi lunges in for a second attack, screaming at him to die. Mu finally realizes he's the actual target as Feng Shi unleashes his cold light pierce technique. But before the blade even lands, Mui punches him so hard, his face literally caves. The assassin rolls hard across the ground, groaning in absolute pain. He panics. Failing an ambush this badly is going to be super embarrassing. Mui just stands there taunting him. A decent sneak attack, sure, but his skill level is just pathetically low. Panicking, Feng Shi yanks a smoke grenade from his pocket. Boom! Thick smoke fills the entire area, and the assassin smugly thinks he has made a clean getaway. But surprise! Mui is instantly right on his heels, leaving the legendary killer completely bewildered. Feng Shi is mentally screaming. How is this possible? His opponent is just a martial artist. Why so fast? Even crazier. Mui uses just a few basic moves and almost captures him alive. The assassin is instantly forced to use his final trick. Mui lands, but the guy is completely gone. He stares at the lake, shocked. That is where we leave it. You are gonna want to see what happens next. Let us dive right back in. 30 minutes pass, and Feng Shi is practically asleep underwater. He thinks the enemy left, but waiting any longer down here means absolute death. The second he surfaces, a sudden voice actually praises him for holding his breath. Must have been brutal training, right? Seeing Mui patiently waiting, Feng Shi just stammers. Cut to the next day. The entire internet cafe explodes in absolute chaos over the bets. One guy lost his entire fortune. Passers-by just ignore the poor dude losing his mind. The Epic Forum drops a massive bombshell update. April 23rd, 2031. The assassination failed. Mui took the win. Before this, Feng Shi was literally a legendary top-tier assassin. He became famous overnight back in 2023. He eliminated a U-Clan member for 10 million. Then in 2024, he dropped a martial artist for 30 million. But now, 2031, he fought Mui and completely lost. His body was literally pulled straight from the Longmian River. Everyone is raging at this upset, calling Feng Shi absolute trash who ruined their money entirely. Fans start theorizing hard. They think Mui provoked them on purpose and bribed the assassin. If true, Mui just made an absolutely insane profit. So, incredibly sinister, right? The losing bettor tears his hair out in pure frustration. He realizes Mui is insanely devious. Now watch closely as we jump back. Feng Shi was totally stunned seeing Mui walk on water. How could he possibly win? Mui just casually compliments his aura concealment technique. The vibe completely shifts. A new menacing group suddenly approaches Mui out of nowhere. The leader smirks coldly. Xiao Tong, we finally meet again. Hand over the Grandmaster's resurrection potion, and you live. Xiao Tong just looks at Mui and begs him to run away. It is way too dangerous. Furious at being ignored, Wu Hong roars in deep anger. Moving fast, Xiao Tong grabs Mui's hand to escape. But Wu Hong absolutely blocks their path. He orders his men to attack, suspecting Mui holds the precious elixir. Xiao Tong whispers her plan. She will hold off Wu Hong so Mui can survive. She refuses to let an innocent bystander die, but Wu Hong is too fast. Unleashing a terrifying claw aura, he tells her to worry. Xiao Tong violently shoves Mui aside, popping her protective shield, while screaming her absolute defiance. Sadly, her raw power is nowhere near his level. Her shield completely shatters. The villain gets cocky, mocking the little genius of the Yu family. He shows zero mercy, landing a brutal, devastating punch right into her fragile stomach. I know what you are thinking, but just wait. Mu watches silently as Wu Hong snatches the legendary vial. Too bad her poor grandpa could not wait anymore. Completely crushed, Xiao Tong cries, blaming herself for being utterly useless. Meanwhile, Wu Hong targets Mui. The villain taunts him. Xiao Tong desperately screams for Mui to run away. A normal guy cannot survive that eagle claw fist. But Wu Hong's lackeys totally block the exit. Run and die? Mui sends them flying without even breaking sweat. He casually calls them annoying flies. Seeing Mui wreck 5 men instantly, Wu Hong is totally stunned and steps up to teach him. But boom, it takes literally one single punch for Mu to absolutely wreck Wu Hong. That devastating strike launches him across the entire train car, crashing right through the shattering glass. Coughing up blood, Wu Hong stammers in absolute fear. A martial grandmaster. The only grandmaster in Jinhu province is Lu Wuxing. But someone your age? Could you be Huang Fu Yan? Mui coldly replies he does not know them. Are you okay? He nods. Completely fine. Terrified, Wu Hong instantly returns the elixir, apologizing profusely. Claiming he was totally blind to his greatness, he begs for his pathetic life. She then desperately asks for her crucial elixir back. And you and I are hooked. Handing it over, he scoffed. You guys cherish this thing? So why put it in such a fragile tube? Talk about jinxing it. Now watch this. The tube slipped, smashed on the floor, leaving both of them staring down in total horror. Yu Xiaotong desperately clung to Mui's leg, demanding he pay her back for destroying the precious rejuvenation elixir. Since things had totally derailed, she decided to use a classic beauty trap to win him over. Right now, her stunning looks were her only weapon. Immediately, Yu Xiaotong composed her face, instantly shifting into a weak, totally flustered damsel in distress act. What do I do? That elixir was the only thing that could save Grandpa. Surprisingly, Mui just casually agreed. Do not panic. I will compensate you. Saving your grandpa is priority 1. Hearing this, Yu Xiaotong grabbed his arm cheering. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Inside her head, she was celebrating listening to her brother really paid off big time. She finally secured a lifeline. But who was the hunter and who was the prey? Mui glanced at her, thinking she seemed way too confident right now. The moment they walked out of the station, someone was already waiting. Over here, this 27-year-old guy was Yu Xiaoshang, her very own older brother. Curious about the stranger, he stared. She awkwardly replied, "Brother, let us talk on the way." The car ride was uncomfortably silent, so he finally broke the ice. Did you get it? Unable to hide it anymore, she stammered. Well, about that. Hearing the devastating news, Yu Xiaoshang was completely and utterly shocked. What? The elixir is broken? The BMW swerved wildly, causing her to scream out, "Brother, please drive carefully." A short while later, they finally arrived at the massive Yu family residence. 2 head physicians shook their heads gravely at the siblings. Old Master Yu really will not make it. Hearing this, tears of pure sorrow flooded her eyes. She bolted inside as fast as humanly possible, while her brother grabbed his face in pure, tormented anguish. Feel that rising panic. The elixir is completely gone. She rushed inside the room, threw open the door, and cried out loud, "Grandpa." Seeing her finally return, Yu Fang was absolutely overjoyed. Thank God, she is back. I heard your brother say the rejuvenation elixir was broken. She looked down, whispering, I am so sorry. Second Master Yu immediately spoke up, glaring. I told you all not to let her go alone. What was that top secret nonsense about her getting medicine from the capital? Now it is gone. What will we use to save Grandpa now? Ignoring his toxic words, she declared, Dad, I actually found a true master who might save Grandpa. Hearing this incredible news, her dad was thrilled. That is wonderful. Quickly, bring him in to meet us. Pointing at the door, she introduced him. This is Mr. Mew. Second Master Yu instantly burst out laughing. Is there something severely wrong with your head? You just dragged some random street brat in to treat Grandpa? Are you treating his life like an absolute joke? If he dies, can you take the blame for that? Honestly, even her dad felt this young kid did not look very reliable. Without saying a single word, Mui approached the bed, using a special technique to examine the old man, leaving the entire family totally stunned. Internal meridians blocked, causing poor circulation. Second Master Yu completely snapped. Who gave you permission to touch my father? Boom. Instant karma served. He got slammed straight into a wall, knocked completely unconscious on the spot. The family watched in absolute horror. Second Master Yu was literally the strongest martial artist in their entire clan. This young guy was clearly no joke. Yu Feng clasped his hands, agreeing to let him start the treatment. Mr. Mu, how will you treat him? But immediately, physician Chang Bo objected to this madness. And that is where we leave it. The doctor yelled, this is absurd. Diagnosing a pulse without even speaking. Let's dive into an insane cultivation manhwa, where the stuck-up doctor bails, warning them that the old master's illness has completely rotted his bones. Not even a legendary elixir could save him. Xiao Tong asks with pure panic, Mr. Mu, is my grandpa seriously beyond saving? He just shrugs. Minor internal injury. She finally exhales, totally relieved. But then Mu Yi drops a bomb. All he needs is a good beating. Wait, what? A fight? The family head is totally lost. Mr. Mu, how exactly did our Yu family offend you? Xiao Tong is just as confused. He calmly explains it is the fastest fix. But before he can start, the annoying second master wakes up, marching over to complain. You arrogant brat, you actually dared to strike me without permission. Before he can even finish whining, Mu Yi kicks him again. The terrifying impact leaves him trembling. What insane power is this? Mu Yi ignores him completely, quietly pulling back the old man's blanket. Suddenly, brutal sounds of punches and kicks echo through the entire house. Xiao Tong watches her grandfather take this brutal so-called treatment, her stomach twisting into absolute knots. I am so sorry, Grandpa. Did I trust the wrong guy? Mu Yi just keeps relentlessly slapping the old man, hitting him over and over, striking every single pressure point. Now, pay close attention here. Everyone thinks this is madness, but nobody stops him. Finally, the battered old master gets tossed onto the bed. But Mu Yi is not finished. He flips the old man over and starts a second wild beatdown. Finally, the wild session ends. Seeing his father completely motionless, the second master starts screaming again. You absolute fool. You let him kill our father. This is an unforgivable crime. Step down as family head right now. Suddenly, Xiao Tong shouts that her grandpa is moving. The old master is actually awake. He sits right up, coughing loudly. The second master panics. Father, how do you feel? The old man grins. I feel incredible. Never been better. My internal injuries are totally gone, and there is zero pain left in my body. Mu Yi prepares to leave. His meridians are cleared, and his cultivation actually leveled up. If we are done here, I will be going now. Time to head back out. The family head bows. Having Mr. Mu save us is a massive honor. If you ever need absolutely anything, the Yu family is at your command. Mu Yi thinks for a second. Oh right. Do you have any 100-year-old medicinal herbs laying around? The head sighs, explaining that century-old herbs are insanely rare, basically impossible to find these days. We burned through our entire stash, keeping the old master alive. But since you are asking, Mr. Mu, we will search everywhere to get them. Mu Yi makes an excuse about having urgent personal business and asks to head out early. The old master tells him to take care, ordering a personal driver to drop him home safely. Xiao Tong is completely smitten, but let's pause for a second. He just wants to go home. Riding in the luxury car, Mu Yi remembers his past life. His mother worked herself to the bone, only to be murdered in the end. This time, he swears to give her a massive mansion and a perfect life. Meanwhile, his sister is taking out the trash. Seeing her big brother walking up, she screams in pure joy. Brother, you are finally back. The three of them sit down for a real family dinner. His mom piles food onto his plate. Eat up, you are growing. If you ever need cash while living on your own, just tell your mother, okay? Mu Yi stays completely silent, eyes locked onto the nasty burn scar on her hand. It happened over 10 years ago, when he was just 8. He saw a delicious pot of soup. It is finally done. I just need to carry it out. Meanwhile, his mom had a brutal fever, but forced herself up, feeling guilty for sleeping late. The second she reached the kitchen, she saw little Mu Yi struggling with the boiling pot. It was tipping. She screamed in terror, "Mu Yi, watch out." She lunged forward to grab it, but it was too late. A scream echoed as the boiling soup shattered across the floor. His mom never scolded him. Instead, she checked him frantically. "Are you hurt?" Crying, he said her arm was badly burned. She finally noticed her own skin was completely blistered from shielding him. But she just smiled. "Just run it under cold water." Back in the present, guilt eats Mu Yi alive while washing dishes. In his past life, he was too weak to protect anyone, so he finally apologizes directly. She just smiles gently. And that is where we leave it, makes you think, doesn't it? Let's dive right in. Mu tells his mom he finally has cash to clear their debts and buy a house, but she shuts it down. She warns him not to waste his hard-earned cash. But Mui just looks at her softly. He only wants to give her a better life. Touched, Chan Yuan silently talks to her late husband. Their little boy has finally grown up into a truly sensible man. Seeing his total determination, she finally caves. Fine, she decides. From now on, she will trust whatever Mui wants to do. The very next morning, Mui is out early hunting for houses. He finds a prime location with a great neighborhood and a totally reasonable price. Now pay attention. Here comes the drama. A flashy Ferrari F12 TDF suddenly rolls up, instantly making the whole crowd buzz. A girl named Jomi steps out, whining immediately. "Honey, I guess this building really isn't too bad." The guy with her? Ya Wendat, 35, big shot director at Hong Hai Company. He answers her with a super spoiled, completely doting tone. "Anything you like, baby. You and I know exactly what the crowd is whispering, that ugly dude scored a gorgeous girl just because of his massive wallet. Let's dive into this wild face-slapping moment," she sneered, calling them absolute trash. Inside, a real estate agent was consulting Mu Li. Jiangxing Garden sits in a legendary spot. Top-tier luxury, totally rivaling any 4-star premium residential district around. Super convenient transit too. The hype for this building is completely off the charts. Nearly sold out before even opening. Mu Li cut in. "Please continue. I want a unit facing the Longmian River. Natural light is the priority. And money? Absolutely not an issue." Suddenly, she spotted a familiar face. Calling out to Mu Li, she pulled off her sunglasses entirely to spark his memory when he looked totally clueless. "It is me, Xiaomi, the girl you trailed after in middle school. Buying a house? Really? You are dead broke. This place costs a fortune. You cannot afford it." Finally, he recognized her, the exact same Xiaomi who tricked him into spending his family cash on snacks, just to turn around and mock him behind his back, like a total joke, playing him like an obedient dog back then. He stared, wondering how she turned out like this. "Buying a house?" Xiaomi snapped at the agent. "Miss, we want this house." But Mu Li instantly flashed a black card to flex on her. "I am buying this house." The staff could only apologize to Xiaomi. "Terribly sorry. That is the last unit in the building, and this gentleman already claimed it. Maybe you two could check out the other available premium units. Their features are just as flawless, completely on par." Furious at being denied, Xiaomi instantly resorted to trashing him out loud. "Now, pay attention here. Are you guys actually believing him? We were classmates. I know him perfectly. His family is dirt poor. Where would he get that cash? We are totally different. We can pay half up front. Just watch." Mu Li simply told the staff to swipe his card right in front of them. The second she inserted the card, beep. A massive error. The agent looked at him with an awkward apology. "Sir, the transaction failed. Is there an issue with your PIN number?" Seeing that, Xiaomi became even more smug and totally arrogant. "I totally told you so. He is just putting on a pathetic show. How could he have that money?" Mu Li figured the bank messed up. "No big deal. Let me just transfer the cash on my phone." And just like that, 5 million yuan went straight through. The agent gasped. "Sir, the transfer is complete. Congratulations on becoming the new owner." Zhao Mi was absolutely fuming, wondering how this broke loser got so rich. So she spun around, whining to her rich sugar daddy. "Darling, I do not care. I want that house." Zhou Wendat, completely charmed by the young woman, gave in to her every whim. He barked an order for the sales manager, Wen Kedi. "Bring the property manager here now." The guy rushed over, completely panicked. "Director Zhu, what brings you in today? You came without giving me any heads up." The old man scoffed. "I just wanted to buy a house. I did not want to bother you. But your staff here is being totally unreasonable. I am losing it." Terrified of losing a massive premium client, Kedi panicked. "Nonsense. How could we ever let you lose your patience? Joe smirked. Then I will let you handle this. Ketty marched straight over to Mu Lee. Young man, let us negotiate. Give up this unit, and we will get you another with a 20% discount. Deal? But Mu Lee firmly shook his head, refusing. You saw that too, right? Manager Ketty raised his voice, threatening him. Kid, do not make this the hard way. You are asking for serious trouble here. You need to understand something right now. This entire building is Yu Family Real Estate, the Yu family of Beiju. Ever heard of them? We can choose not to sell you a single unit, but right on cue, Yu Xiaoxiang and his assistants strolled by. Send me those meeting files later. Yes, Director Yu, our Jiang Shining Garden Tower project is performing flawlessly. Suddenly, he glanced toward the argument and immediately locked eyes with Mr. Mo. Ketty was still running his mouth. Out of respect for the Yu family, give up this apartment right now. Yu Xiaoxiang stepped right up. Mr. Mo, I absolutely did not expect to run into you here. What a surprise. He rushed over to shake his hand, incredibly respectful. Mr. Mo, my name is Yu Xiaoxiang. We met when you and Yu Xiaotong left the train station. I was just driving, so you probably do not have much impression of me. Zhou Wendat's jaw literally dropped. Can anyone explain why the all-powerful young Master Yu is bowing to this guy? Recognizing the face, Mu Li perfectly played his hand. I remember you. Think you could help me clear up this mess? I just want to buy a Riverview house, but I seem to have hit a tiny roadblock here. So what do you and I learn here? Karma always hits. Xiao Xiang's face went deadly dark, roaring. Who dares disrespect our ultimate benefactor? Stick with me here. Terrified of taking the blame, the assistant completely sold out Director Zhu. Zhao Wendat had to step up and beg. Director Yu, Mr. Mo, I was completely blind. I totally failed to recognize Mount Tai. I sincerely hope you can forgive me. I deserve to die for this massive mistake. Yu Xiaoxiang was not having it. Zhao Wendat, from now on, you are permanently banned from all family properties. Defy this, and pay the ultimate price. With 0 options left, Zhao Wendat tucked his tail and left. Zhao Mi followed, totally confused. What just happened? Is he not just that pathetic loser from the Mo family? He used to be broke. She thought he just used some cheap tricks. But suddenly, the old man spun around and slapped her incredibly hard, right across the face. You absolute idiot. This is 100% your fault for dragging us into this mess. He ripped at his own hair in total despair. It is over. I offended the Yu family. Meanwhile, Yu Xiaoxiang was still apologizing like crazy. Mr. Mo, I am incredibly sorry. You are our savior, and I never saw this coming. Mui just placed a hand on his shoulder. Forget about it. I am not going to press the issue. Fast forward one day, and the family moved into their massive new home. Chen Yuan gasped at the pure luxury. Xiaoli, this place must have cost an absolute fortune. But he just smiled. Mom, relax. I can handle everything now. Right then, a guy popped his head in. Hey everyone, I am Chen Long, your new neighbor from across the hall. I hope we can all look out for each other. Then he stared right at Muin. Hey, have you and I met somewhere before? You just look so incredibly familiar. Mui, getting super annoyed, called out. Chen Long, get over here right now. The guy looked totally confused. What is up, bro? Mui glared at him. Look at my sister again and you are dead. By the way, that black eye you have got. Did you earn that hitting on someone else's sister? Hearing this, Chen Long got super serious. Bro, since you guys just moved in, I should probably tell you what is actually happening here. Now, pay attention, because this is where it gets crazy. He leaned in and whispered. This house is completely haunted. The very first day I moved in, Chen Long explained, something felt totally off. A freezing chill kept running down my spine, like some super creepy wind. That exact night, a massive thunderstorm hit, with lightning completely lighting up the dark sky. I was lying in bed when suddenly, a woman grabbed me. She was shaking, whispering that I scared her. I live completely alone, so I absolutely panicked. I screamed, kicked her off the mattress, grabbed my heavy bedside lamp, and just started swinging like a total madman. Honestly, after that, everything goes completely blank. Mui knew exactly what was up. The guy was hiding something. You seriously do not remember? Pressured, Chen Long finally spilled the real truth. The next day, she showed up with a whole gang to jump me. They demanded double her service fee plus huge medical bills. Mui just rolled his eyes and flicked the guy's forehead. Hey idiot, are you completely out of your mind? Wait, I have not even finished. Chen Long panicked. The exact same night I got beat up, someone kept tapping directly on my bedroom window. I got up to check, and there she was. A female ghost in a white dress, crying her eyes out. The ghost just kept begging me to let her inside. Then the crazy stuff started. My bedroom lamp randomly turned off. The sink turned on by itself. Freezing air kept blowing right against my neck, and the whole place smelled like raw garlic. It got so bad I basically had to sell the place. But Mui realized something about this ghost story felt completely off. You and I both know he will not let this touch his family. So, he made a quick deal with his frantic neighbor. Hey man, why don't you crash at a hotel tonight? Toss me your keys. I will take your apartment. I completely guarantee that by tomorrow morning, everything will be fixed. Nobody is ever going to bother you again. Hearing that, he practically threw his keys at Mui. Are you serious? This is amazing. I finally found an actual hero. Later that night at Qianlong's place, Mui stayed wide awake. With his elite senses, he instantly knew the female ghost had finally arrived. Right on cue, a totally freezing aura swallowed the entire bedroom in a single blink. Mui didn't even flinch. Hello there, it is the middle of the night. What exactly are you looking for? The ghost replied with a super tragic voice. I cannot find my legs anymore. And right as she spoke, a bone-chilling blast of wind smashed against the glass window. Can I please just take yours? Mui stayed completely calm. And why exactly would I give them to you? What makes you think you even can? This was the very first time Xiaoyi met someone who wasn't terrified, and she completely froze up. The room dropped into a dead silence. Mui just casually laid back down. If that is all, I am going right back to sleep. So here's where we leave it. Xiaoyi went into full attack mode. Hand them over, or I'll just rip them off you. All right, stick with me on this one. She lunges at him, catches a brutal smackdown, and this bruised ghost literally throws a tantrum. She screams, how is it possible to actually hurt a ghost? She threatens to bite him to pieces. Mui just grabs her hand, casually pressing a surge of spiritual energy straight into her forehead. Boom. In a flash, her terrifying illusion drops, revealing her true form, a surprisingly pretty girl with neatly tied hair. Super embarrassed, she asks why he isn't terrified. Mui just shrugs it off. What is there to fear? He demands answers. You do not seem evil, so why scare people? What is your name and origin? But she is stubborn. She turns her face away, crossing her arms and refusing to tell him anything, that is, until he raises his hand for another smack. She instantly caves, crying out that her name is Zhang Xiao. 2 years ago, she was a freshman at Beiju University. Back then, this entire building was just an abandoned construction site. She tried taking a shortcut, slipped, and fell deep into a pit, shattering both her legs. Completely alone in the dark, she laid there suffering until the sun went down, and then she died. Now, pay close attention here. Mui pauses, asking her what exact regrets kept her tied to this world after her death. Sobbing, she reveals her tragic past. Her parents constantly fought before going through a messy divorce. Her mom took her sister, leaving her with an abusive dad who wasted everything on heavy drinking and gambling. Her only comfort was her older sister secretly sneaking over to bring her decent food. In middle school, her drunk dad drowned. Sadly, her mom could not afford to take care of 2 kids either, so her amazing sister dropped out, working endless part-time shifts just to pay for Xiao's tuition and keep her going. She is the absolute best sister. Bleeding out in that pit, Xiao was absolutely consumed with guilt. She fought death so hard. Her sister sacrificed everything to get her into university, and she never got to repay that massive debt. She wanted to give her sister a good life. How could she just die like this? Turning into a spirit, she tried flying straight to her sister to check on her, but her soul started fading fast, forcing her to hopelessly wander around this spot, completely unable to leave. She just wanted one single glance. She missed her sister so incredibly much. Hearing this absolutely gut-wrenching story, Mui finally softens up. He looks at her gently, revealing he knows a way out. Her eyes go wide in total shock. Is he serious? Can he actually break this curse? You can see the desperate hope in her eyes. She has been waiting years for this. Mui drops some lore. In the cultivation world, spirit fighters can either steal a new body or use rare heavenly treasures to rebuild their original one from scratch. But there is a third option, ditching the flesh entirely to level up the soul. You and I both know what is coming. A ghost cultivator. He offers to help her leave and achieve rebirth. Bawling her eyes out, she swears absolute loyalty. If he saves her, she will gladly work as his permanent servant. He explains her soul is highly unstable. Without help, her mind will fragment until she completely ceases to exist. Luckily, he has an elite cultivation technique designed to empower spirits. Once her soul hits max level, she can actually forge a brand new physical body and perfectly resurrect herself. Staring at the glowing stream of pure energy, she is absolutely mesmerized. This kind of magic is just unreal. But Mui lays down one ironclad rule. She must obey his every single command. Having a ghost bodyguard for his mom would be a massive win. Xiao immediately asks if she should call him master. He shuts that down fast. Just Mui is fine. She bows deeply in profound gratitude. She confidently promises to repay him with her body once resurrected. Mui tells her to stand straight, then slowly looks downward. He asks what she sees. Super confused, she innocently replies that she only sees her feet. Then it clicks. Her face turns pitch black. Is he seriously making fun of her right now? Mui brutally roasts her. As a completely flat-chested little ghost girl, what exactly is she planning to repay him with? Absolute fury. She screams his name, calling him a massive jerk. The sonic blast literally shakes the entire building. Everyone outside totally panics. They think a massive earthquake just hit and start scrambling for their lives. Bright and early the next morning, Qianlong rushes over to Mui, frantically checking if his bro survived the night. Did he fight the monster? Mui smirks, proudly stating he handled the problem exactly like he promised he would. That ghost is gone. Qianlong is absolutely amazed. That is where we leave it, trust me. You want to see what happens next? Stick with me here, we are jumping straight into the aftermath. That chilling aura? Gone. The place feels alive again. Mu is truly amazing. But Mui just sighed. That spirit girl tormented him all night long. He didn't get a single wink of sleep. He stayed up the entire night, transferring a hardcore cultivation technique to her. It is the way of pure emptiness, silent observation, with the spirit taking total control. A strange, glowing light enveloped Xiao. Mui then carefully sealed that energy inside her body. He asked how she felt, and Xiao cheered joyfully. It completely worked. Mui then suggested it was time to go. She reminded him of his promise to take her away. But then she asked a huge favor. Could he take her to see her older sister first? Mu Lei gently patted Xiao's head and softly replied. She just could not travel far right now. He told her to write down her feelings, and he would go instead. He immediately contacted Xiao Zhang. Very quickly, a solid reply came back. Mr. Mu, I investigated it. Her name is Zhang Xiaojin, and she currently works at Xian Mingshuan. Mui replied with a quick thanks. He thought to himself ever since middle school, he had heard about this place. It was the absolute highest-end tea house in the entire northern province. Just one single cup of tea there could sell for tens of millions. Back in his past life, he always dreamed of stepping into places this insanely luxurious. Mui casually stepped right into Xian Mingshuan. A young receptionist hurried forward to greet him, asking if he was looking to buy some premium tea. She asked if he wanted to brew it himself or needed a professional. Instead of answering, he just asked if a Zhang Xiaojin worked there. The receptionist proudly informed him that Zhang Xiaojin was literally the most exceptional tea master at their entire establishment. Did he want her to brew for him personally? Mui just shook his head. That was not it at all. He was just here to see her. The receptionist immediately called Zhang Xiaojin over, letting her know a special visitor was waiting. A moment later, the beautiful Zhang Xiaojin appeared. She asked who Mui was, but he stayed completely silent for a second. Now, watch closely, here is where it gets heavy. He hands Zhang Xiaojin a note, saying someone wanted her to have it. She read the words on the paper. Big sis, I am so sorry. If there is a next life, I will definitely be your little sister again. She was completely stunned. Her voice shook as she demanded to know exactly where he got this. Mui had no choice but to lie. He said a girl in an ambulance asked him to pass it along a while ago, and he just forgot about it. He just recently found it again and came to deliver it. Zhang Xiaojin completely broke down. Tears falling. She recognized Xiao's handwriting immediately. Zhang Xiaojin collapsed right to her knees. She sobbed uncontrollably, crying out for her poor little sister. I am so sorry I could not protect you. Mui understood this heartbreaking feeling way better than anyone else. He told himself he had to get stronger. He absolutely refused to ever go through the crushing pain of losing a loved one like this again. Right then, Ming Xuan, the ruthless owner of the tea house, stomped over. He loudly barked at Jiang Xiaojin to get over there. 2 VIP masters had just arrived. He ordered her to hurry up and brew their tea, but through her tears, she tried to explain. She was so sorry, but she just was not feeling well today. Could he please ask someone else? Ming Xuan instantly snapped at her. What was she doing? Playing the victim? Even if she felt sick, she had to suck it up and serve those 2 masters right now. He promised to let her go home immediately after she finished. But even with that, she still flat out refused. I am truly sorry, director. Right now, I really cannot brew tea at all. You and I both know we will not let this slide, right? The boss screams about firing her. But Mui decides to handle this small favor for Xiao. He confidently stepped right forward to take the heat, so she could finally rest. Let me brew the tea in her place. Ming Xuan glared at this stranger with heavy suspicion. You will go? Do you even know how to brew tea? Brewing tea is not as easy as it looks. Mui looked at the owner. Let me go. I learned my skills directly from Jiang Xiaojin. He gently took Xiaojin by the hand, making her blush. Mui explained to Ming Xuan besides, just look at her. Is she really in any shape to be serving VIPs? Forcing her to go up there will literally only make things worse. The owner did not fully trust this guy, but reluctantly told him to follow. He led Mui up to VIP room number 1, where 2 intimidating men were deep in conversation. One was old Jiang, a master of internal martial arts. The other was old Li. He was a brute force external martial artist. And honestly, these 2 legends looked ready to literally rip each other apart. Mui calmly sat down, his hands skillfully prepping the premium tea leaves. As he worked, the argument flared up. Internal martial arts are the absolute superior form. With deep enough internal energy, you can pull off feats that external styles could never dream of. But can relying entirely on that internal energy really make you limitless? External styles forge muscles and bones into pure weapons. Unless the physical body breaks, that power is endless. So, what do you and I think? Who actually wins? Alright, stick with me. We are walking right into a massive argument today. Old Jiang snaps at Li. They are bickering about internal energy. But right as things get completely heated, a crazy aroma cuts through the room. Jiang turns his attention toward Mui. He really looks at the kid. Within seconds, that faint scent pulls him in completely. He is mesmerized. It smells so calm, refined, like floating on an endless ocean of clouds. Unable to resist, Jiang picks up the cup and drinks. Boom. Pure electricity shoots through his entire body. He feels like he is instantly breaking mortal limits, ascending straight into a heavenly waterfall. Old Li takes a sip too, and his eyes go totally wide. They are floored. With tea skills this godly, the kid must know a thing or two about martial arts, right? So they ask him the million-dollar question. Which path is stronger, the internal or the external style? And just like that, Jiang gets incredibly defensive all over again. He yells at Li for putting Mui on the spot. How could a kid this young possibly understand the deep complexities of the martial path? Plus, to Jiang, it is painfully obvious that internal arts completely dominate the external. Here they go again, bickering back and forth. External is better. No, internal wins. Mui just sighs. He is so done with this. No wonder the staff hates dealing with these guys. Now watch this carefully. He is about to shut both of them down. He tells them they are both wrong. Outside the room, Ming Xuan is eavesdropping. Suddenly, the arguing stops dead. She starts panicking, wondering why everything went dead quiet. Did a fight break out in there? Beside her, Jiang Xiaojin silently prays that Mui can handle the chaos. Inside, the 2 elders stop screaming and stare right at Mui. They cannot believe this young guy just dismissed their lifetime of debate. So, they challenge him to share his profound wisdom. They are waiting. So, Mui finally starts breaking it all down. He says every single style has flaws and perks. All cultivation paths in this world run on their own rules. 100 rivers flow into one sea. Every path eventually reaches the ultimate truth. The elders are stunned. What ultimate truth? Mui leaks just a fraction of his power. The truth is eternity. That hits them like a truck. But Jiang scoffs. Eternity? Immortality? He thinks the kid is just spouting absolute nonsense. How dare he try to trick 2 seasoned experts with fairy tales? Mui does not even blink. He calmly explains that martial arts have no ceiling, only higher peaks. Have they seriously never thought about merging internal and external power to make something better? The old man laughs it off. Typical young person delusions. Nobody who tries learning everything at once ever amounts to anything. Blending both styles? That would just make you a complete joke in the martial world. This is classic arrogance. So-called experts always get stuck in their ways. The moment an idea challenges their belief, they mock it instantly. You and I know words aren't enough here. He channels his true chi outside. Li asks what he is doing. Mui just thinks, fine, time to show them some actual strength. Using pure internal aura, he snatches a willow leaf from way outside, then shoots it through the air. These 70-year-old veterans are absolutely mind-blown. They are stuttering. Cannot even form a single coherent sentence. That leaf? Internal power. Then, bam. He slams a spoon straight down into the solid table. The wood cracks completely in half. That right there? Pure external force. They are terrified. Such raw internal energy mixed with perfect control. They start screaming that he is a martial grandmaster. Mui just smiles, but inside he is groaning. A grandmaster? Please. They are severely underestimating his real power. Old Jang realizes he just disrespected a living god. He immediately drops his pride and apologizes. Forgive us for being blind fools. Mui just waves it off, saying the guy is totally exaggerating. He was merely proving that dual-wielding internal and external arts is absolutely possible. Jang respectfully bows, with his hands clasped, desperately asking for this grandmaster's real name. He replies smoothly, "You flatter me way too much. The name is Mui, so what do we learn here?" The elder literally offers to give Mui this entire tea house just for visiting. Talk about an epic payoff. Let's jump right into the madness. Mui smoothly explains he knows a local tea maker who felt sick and couldn't serve them today, so he stepped up instead. Old Jang instantly connects the dots. Wait, are you talking about Miss Jang, Xiaojin? The old man's brain goes into overdrive. An acquaintance of the great master works here? He absolutely needs to secure this connection. Getting the confirmation, the old guy strokes his beard, practically glowing with pure joy. Looks like Xiaojin and Great Master Mu are pretty close. The heavens are seriously handing him a massive win. Meanwhile, Mingguan is sweating bullets outside. Why is this taking forever? Did they actually manage to settle things? No way. What if it all blew up? What if those VIP big shots are furious? Spotting Mui heading downstairs, he sprints over in panic. What happened in there? Tell me everything. Mui casually says it is fully settled, just a little debate, and they agreed with me. Mingguan stares at him, absolutely completely dumbfounded. Handled? Do you even know who those monsters are? Where did this kid get the absolute nerve to argue with them? Without missing a beat, Mui dips out. If we're done here, I'm leaving. Mingguan trudges upstairs to do damage control, muttering under his breath, "Game over. I am definitely getting fired today." He stands right in front of the VIPs, bowing his head in total submission. "Please forgive us, sirs. That kid is just a rookie tea maker. He totally doesn't know the rules yet. I'll teach him a lesson right now. Zero pay. Totally fired." Old Li turns, dropping a subtle hint. "Old man Zong, imagine if Great Master Mu actually heard what your staff is saying right now. Now watch closely. Things get crazy." Mingguan is clueless about this Master Mu until crash. The teacup goes flying, completely shattering the table. Old Jang drains of all color. Oh man, there is no way he actually heard that, right? Better play it totally safe. He shoots up, shouting at Mingguan. "Sounds like you really don't need that mouth anymore. The only one getting kicked out today is you." Old Li drops the bomb. Great Master Mu is that kid. Mingguan's brain short circuits. What on earth just happened in here? Old Jang snarls a brutal warning. "Remember this well. Next time Master Mu visits, you treat him like an absolute god. One single tiny mistake, and I am holding you personally responsible." And that girl, Zhang Xiaojin? She's got serious potential. Starting today, she is the new boss running this entire tea house. Meanwhile, tucked away in a quiet corner of the tea house, Zhang Xiaojin is completely breaking down in tears. She can't stop crying over her little sister. Moi steps in, offering soft comfort. "Your sister said being with you was her greatest happiness. Try not to cry. Who knows? Maybe you two will actually reunite someday." She shakes her head. "You really don't need to comfort me. I watched her cremation with my own 2 eyes. How could anyone ever possibly return from the dead?" Mui is giving off a bizarre vibe today. She turns around, and he has literally vanished. She still whispers to the empty air, "You and I know he's hiding something, right?" Back in his room, Xiaowei circles a very strange object he just brought home. Mui casually says this jade bottle is her new home. His weird actions always leave Xiaowei totally baffled. "Who are you? Really? Why is your power so absurdly high? Where did you learn this?" He stays completely silent. He wonders why she asks so much. She pushes harder. "Men always hide shady stuff in their bedrooms." The nerd across the hall hides dirty magazines under his bed. "Are you hiding some secret stash in here right now?" Mui helplessly pops the jade bottle open and sighs. Okay, this conversation is completely over, but no matter how hard he tries pushing Xiaowei inside, she refuses to budge. Suddenly, Musin shouts from the hall, "Brother, are you in there?" They both jump in pure panic. Xiaowei reluctantly squeezes into the bottle, dropping a super cryptic warning first. "Watch your step." He has absolutely no clue what his sister means. Musin quickly lays down the law. "It's incredibly loud out here. Are you deaf? If I catch you sneaking some trashy girl into this house, you are totally out on the street. Don't blame me later." Mui is sweating buckets. but forces a normal smile. Would I ever do that? What's up anyway? She mentions a guy named Yu Xiaoshan is outside, searching for him. The special medicine he ordered is finally here. Ah, so that was it. Moi heads out, whispering a strict order for Xiaoyi to stay hidden. But she immediately starts violently thrashing inside the bottle. What? No way. It's too cramped in here. Musen yells again. What's taking you so incredibly long? Feeling totally defeated, Mui just abandons her to throw a tantrum alone in the bedroom. Xiao Shan hands over a premium box, revealing a 100-year-old wild ginseng the Yu family tracked down. Checking the pure quality, Mui nods in heavy approval. A literal spirit herb. Xiao Shan politely smiles. Trust me, you'll want to see what Mui crafts next. Let's dive right into this insane cultivation manhwa. They owe our guy big time. They scoured the entire country just to find this legendary 100-year-old magic herb. They rushed it straight to him immediately. Moi just smiled. Thanks for all the hard work. He offered top dollar for the rare plant. But the guest quickly waved him off. Way too formal. No way was he taking money from his savior. Instead, he handed over an exclusive VIP invitation. It was for his grandfather's massive 65th birthday bash in 3 days. He practically begged him to show up. Moi simply agreed. Later that night, under a full moon, Mui released his true energy. The spiritual power on Earth was totally pathetic. To level up his cultivation faster, he desperately needed those ultra-rare heavenly treasures. Suddenly, he felt it. A major breakthrough was coming. He snatched that legendary ginseng and literally ate it raw. Right then, the little spirit Xiaobai popped out of her bottle. Seeing him munching on the root, she completely panicked. Are you totally crazy? You are snacking on it like a literal carrot. But after finishing the whole thing, his power levels absolutely skyrocketed. A normal human body would instantly explode from the raw energy of a 100-year-old spirit herb. But watch closely. He is a master cultivator. In a matter of seconds, he perfectly absorbed every single drop of that legendary mountain energy. Exhaling deeply, he finally opened his eyes. Boom. Mid-stage qi refinement achieved. He glared back at Xiaobai. What did you just call me? She leaned in, looking totally confused, and touched his forehead. Wait, did you not hear me at all? Please do not tell me that magic plant actually rotted your brain. Mu's face turned bright red, totally distracted by her closeness. He quickly warned her to behave. For distracting him, she was grounded at home today. Though, honestly, he definitely noticed her assets. Xiaobai hugged him tight, whining loudly. No way, I refuse. I want to go play outside. But Moi just raised the jade bottle, ordering her back inside right this second. Do not make me use your true name. The stubborn little demon finally surrendered. Fine, I am going in. She obediently vanished into the bottle. Meanwhile, Mu went to check on his younger sister. Mu Xin asked what was happening. He ruffled her hair with a huge smile. Get ready. We are skipping the home-cooked meals tonight. I am treating you and Mom to the most expensive restaurant in the entire city. Mu Xin's face instantly turned bright red for some reason. Later, they pulled up to Gui restaurant. It was literally the most famous spot in the city. Right then, the local security team got an urgent alert. Top martial arts masters were having a massive secret gathering here today. Security had to be completely flawless. The guards quickly confirmed the orders over the radio. Mu Xin stared at the menu with completely wide eyes. She heard this place had a massive 200-year history, passed down from ancient legends. It was practically a historical landmark. And this place was not just famous for being super old either. The food here was famously high tier. A single basic meal would set you back at least 30,000 yuan. Mu casually pointed to the VIP set menu. The waiter verified the crazy luxury order. 6 premium abalones, 3 servings of Buddha jumps over the wall, and 3 bowls of rare bird's nest. Total price? 66,000 yuan. Absolute madness. Please wait just a moment. Mu Xin politely handed back the menu, totally shocked by her brother's hidden wealth. Mu just sweat dropped, thankful their mom was not arriving quite yet. If their mom knew he just dropped that much cash on one single meal, she would totally murder him. You and I both know a peaceful meal never lasts. Suddenly, Mui overheard a familiar name. Someone was bragging about knowing the super-rich Zhao family heir. You are totally underestimating me. My dad and I visited the capital recently. I personally met the young master, and he even invited me straight into his private luxury villa. It was insanely luxurious. Hearing this, Moi instantly remembered that arrogant jerk, Zhao Shang. Suddenly, the waiter awkwardly returned. Miss, we are so incredibly sorry. Our staff messed up the bookings, and this table is already taken. To make up for the trouble, we can offer a 50% discount if you move tables. She smiled politely. No big deal at all. Mistakes happen. She tugged at his sleeve. Let's move, brother. Why are you zoning out? That rich snob Lu Feng noticed them. Thinking she was an absolute catch, he shamelessly faked an accidental bump into Mu Xin. Startled, her face flushed bright red. Lu Feng immediately used the fake accident to strike up a conversation. Miss, I do not recognize you at all. What noble family are you from? I have never seen you at any of the major martial arts society events. Honestly, a girl this stunning? If we had met, I would definitely remember you. Trust me, you are going to want to see this. Mui realized this idiot basically had a death wish and instantly stepped up to block him. Stick with me, you and I are starting this journey with our main characters, pretending to be completely harmless, ordinary commoners. Suddenly, this flashy guy struts right over. Meet Wu Kaiming, 22 years old, the young master of the Wu family, and a mid-stage martial artist. He immediately takes charge, asking why the two of them are rushing off so fast. He brags about hosting today's massive gathering for Beiju's elite younger generation, claiming it must be absolute fate that they accidentally grabbed these seats. He urges them to sit and mingle. Meanwhile, Lu Feng acts incredibly respectful and entirely obedient toward young Master Wu. Bowing with his hands clasped, he kisses up, mentioning how Wu recently broke through to the mid-stage martial artist tier. He praises his cultivation speed as truly mind-blowing, acting super humble. Wu brushes it off as slow. Musin whispers nervously to her brother, realizing they definitely cannot afford to offend these elites. She suggests just sitting quietly for a bit, but Mui calms her down. No need for fear. Lu Feng slides a fancy business card over to Musin, smoothly trying to get her name and aggressively pushing to be friends with her. He suggests hanging out, but Mui instantly intercepts the card, staring at the flashy paper with a completely unbothered look. Mui accepts it for her. Lu Feng is instantly furious at the block, snapping that he was talking to the girl. Now watch closely, this is where it gets crazy. Mui suddenly launches a brutal strike, making the guy cough up blood before slamming him violently against the wall. Both Wu Kaiming and Zhuang Yuan whip their heads around, totally shocked by the massive crash. They stare as Lu Feng lies absolutely wrecked on the floor, while Mui starts talking. He coldly announces that since they are so desperate to know, he is her older brother, surnamed Mu. Musin is utterly confused by his sudden, overwhelming power. Completely humiliated and bruised, Lu Feng curses out loud, screaming about how dare he kick him. Mui just stares back with ice in his eyes. So, what if I kicked you? Yuan jumps into the mess. A Mu family? There are no major Mu families in Beiju. Are you the hotel owner? He mocks him for causing trouble on their turf, but Mui shoots back a death glare, asking who said they owned a hotel. That terrifying aura actually shakes Wu Kaiming. He starts sweating, wondering if they belong to the imperial capital's Mu family. Right then, the elevator doors slide open. Two gorgeous girls spot the absolute mess and gasp in pure shock. Seeing young Master Lu beaten up completely blows their minds. Lu Feng officially loses it, screaming that he has never been this deeply humiliated. He violently grabs a chair and charges. Roaring like a maniac, he swears to teach this guy a painful lesson he will never, ever forget. But before he even lands a scratch, Mui kicks him away like actual garbage. He looks totally pathetic, his arrogant attitude completely shattered into pieces. Trying to stop a full-blown war, Kaiming steps right in to mediate things. He demands everyone stop fighting. Since he invited Beiju's elite youth today, he expects them to give him face and avoid a total scene. But his arrogant, snobby tone just pisses Mui off. Kaiming actually claims the sister is not some priceless treasure. He shrugs off the harassment, saying that if she actually managed to hook up with the Lu family, it would actually be a huge win for them. He orders Mui to just apologize and call it even. Mui absolutely refuses to back down. He flashes a cold smirk and asks Kaiming who the hell he thinks he is. Why should he give him any face? The two girls watching are completely and utterly stunned. I know what you are thinking. Disrespecting the elite Wu family? Absolutely insane. And Kaiming instantly gets this incredibly smug, dangerous look. He asks if he is unworthy of respect. Then what about the entire united young generation of Beiju's greatest families combined together? Is that heavy enough? But Mui's answer is still no. Disgusted, Kaiming drops the nice guy act, violently erupting with intense true chi as he glares at him. Sensing Mui's ruthless methods, he challenges him to an all-out match. If Mui wins, they walk away free, with zero grudges. If Kaiming loses, he swears to sever his own meridians and permanently destroy his cultivation. Mui throws down his own legendary counter. If Kaiming survives even one single move, Mui will quit the Beiju martial arts scene forever. Terrified by how high the stakes are, Musing grabs his shirt, desperately asking if he can actually win. He grins, confidently telling her that her brother is literally unmatched in all of Beiju. She just needs to trust him entirely. She nervously cheers him on. In the corner, Lu Fang and Zhuang Yuan loudly hype up Kaiming. They scream to shut him up, begging young Master Wu to absolutely destroy him. So what do you and I make of this? Kaiming charges with killer energy, but right before impact, a mysterious voice screams to stop. Stick with me here. Kaiming takes a brutal punch, skidding backward just to stay on his feet. He snarls, "You Xiaotong." She pulls back her power and glares. "Who exactly are you calling trash?" Lu Fang stands frozen in shock. Why protect this kid? Kaiming slowly gets up, sneering. Shouldn't old Master Yu be on his deathbed gasping for air? Why aren't you right by his side playing nurse? What are you doing here? She snaps right back. Who said he's dying? My grandpa is perfectly healthy. Zhao Song steps from the crowd. Not only is he healthy, but he's throwing a massive 65th birthday bash in 2 days. By the way, you invited all the young martial artists of Beishu, right? So what? Are we not welcome? Kaiming is absolutely stunned. Even Xiao Song showed up? Did old Master Yu actually recover? Didn't Dad personally ambush them and destroy that life-saving medicine? Was the old guy just waiting to die? Did the Yu family intentionally leak fake news? Faking a calm smile, he probes for answers. Well, congrats to him. Good things happen to good people. But why stop me? Yu Xiaotong covers her mouth, giggling sarcastically. To save your life, obviously. Think about it. That day on the ship, your dad took such a brutal beating he literally ran away. Watch the crowd's reaction here. Everyone starts whispering, wondering how this random kid could actually rival the legendary Eagle Claw Wu Hong. Completely humiliated, Kaiming screams to stop bluffing. Xiao Sung chimes in. Watch your mouth, Xiao Tong. What do you mean? Running away with his tail between his legs? But honestly, Kaiming, your dad got wrecked by young Master Mu. Even he wouldn't dare act so cocky right now. Don't seek your own death. Xiao Tong steps right up, making a bold public declaration. Anyone who touches young Master Mu, the Yu family will use absolutely everything to wipe them off the face of the earth. Mu Yi just looks at this fiery girl, realizing he doesn't even need to lift a finger. Kaiming hesitates. His family and the Yu clan have been secretly at war for years now. Shattering their fake peace over this kid isn't worth it. But suddenly, those two idiots start instigating. Even if this guy is your VIP guest, he's still just an arrogant, cocky fool. You and I know where this is heading. He challenged all of us. Does the Yu family defy reason? Or do you guys think you're the absolute overlords of Beishu? Looking down on every single other family? The crowd raises their hands in protest. Kaiming just screams internally. You two absolute moron. I just wanted a peaceful party. Stop causing trouble. Right then, Mu Shin's phone rings. Mom, are you here? Yeah. Seat number 68, 3rd floor. My brother and I are coming right up. After hanging up, Mu Shin drags him away. Brother, let's go. Stop making a huge scene. Don't keep mom waiting. Xiao Tong looks at the girl beside him. Is that Mu Yi's sister? He just nods goodbye. Xiao Tong, we are heading down now. But that idiot Lu Fang blocks their path, demanding he stay. Mu Yi is just done. He kicks the guy flying and steps into the elevator. Mu Shin mutters, "You're actually insanely strong." Yet her face remains completely blank. Mu Yi sighs. Could you add a little emotion? Maybe some worship? Complimenting me with zero energy doesn't really make me happy. Mu Shin replies deadpan, I don't know how. Then she forces the most exaggerated, fake face of admiration ever. Wow, my brother is so amazing. Mu Yi gets goosebumps. Yep, my sister has zero emotional skills. Meanwhile, 5 minutes earlier at the Goon restaurant, a refined, scholarly guy in elegant clothes walks up to the desk. I'm here for Wu Kaiming's party. Which floor is it? Seeing his handsome face, the receptionist blushes hard. 5th floor. Take the elevator. He booked the whole floor. This is Lu Pangfei, 21 years old, an absolute elite from Jiangnan. He nods politely, his elegant aura leaving the receptionist completely mesmerized. As the elevator glides up to the 5th floor, his old attendant asks, Young master, you're already rank 10 on the martial grandmaster list. Why waste time here? That's where we leave it, guys. Pangfei snaps his fan. True heroes emerge young. Stick with me, you and I are about to see if Beiju City actually hides real prodigies like the rumors claim. The elevator doors slide open. Boom. He immediately comes face to face with Mr. Mu and his sister. For just a split second, Pangfei locks eyes with him, And a super intrigued smile creeps up. His assistant figures the young master has something planned, but he just brushes it off. Stepping out into the noisy, packed room, he simply announces, "Hello everyone. It is an absolute honor to crash your little party. Please, go easy on me." Wu Kaiming stares at this random guy, politely asking his business. But deep down, he senses a completely insane aura from this total stranger. Definitely not a local Beiju kid. First one troublemaker, now another random guy. Tonight is turning into absolute chaos. The guy flicks open his paper fan, casually introducing himself. "My name is Lu, just a humble scholar from Jiangnan." Seeing him act polite, Wu breathes a huge sigh of relief. Okay, good. He is way more polite than Mu. Wu thinks, while subtly trying to probe the guy's real background. He invites the distant guest inside to chat. Meanwhile, the girls spot Lu Pengfei's handsome face and immediately start freaking out. So attractive. Totally my type. Yu Xiaotong, completely disgusted, wonders to herself, are they really this blind over handsome guys? Xiaoxiang overhears and teases, "That is how you look at Mr. Mu." She turns away embarrassed, quickly denying it. "I did not. Stop making things up." Xiaoxiang laughs. "Your reaction is literally so obvious." Lu Pengfei explains he was just passing through Beiju and heard the Wu family heir was throwing a massive gathering for all the top local talents. "I heard this city is a land of prodigies, basically pumping out legendary young heroes generation after generation. So I came specifically to witness your amazing skills." Wu eats this up, feeling insanely smug. "Well then, why not tell us what you think of our moves?" He silently praises the guy. "This kid knows how to talk. Tell us more." Lu Pengfei continues, his tone dropping into absolute contempt. "Watch closely." He looks right at them and drops the ultimate bomb, "You are all complete trash." Meanwhile, up on the third floor, Chen Yuan is staring at these tiny, insanely overpriced dishes on the table. "If I knew you kids were ordering such ridiculously expensive food, I never would have agreed to come out. No more wasting money like this. And put those phones down. I told you. Stop staring at screens all day long. It is terrible for your eyes. Young people today have zero idea how to actually take care of themselves. You will regret it later." Desperate to dodge their mom's endless nagging, the siblings quickly drop their phones. Honestly, mom was right. Suddenly, a super panicked voice screams out for Mr. Mu. It is Xiao Xiang. Mu asks what is wrong. Panting heavily, he gasps, "Mr. Mu, it is bad. Trouble upstairs." "I know what you are thinking back upstairs." Wu is absolutely furious. "Who the hell are you?" Lu Pengfei just brazenly repeats himself. "I told you, I am Lu. A simple scholar from Jiangnan. I admired the legendary reputation of Beiju's young heroes, so I came all this way to broaden my horizons. Sadly, the rumors are fake. Empty hype. It is not just disappointing, it is honestly pathetic." Lu Feng screams he is shameless, charging forward to teach him some manners. But against this guy, Lu Pengfei literally only needs his right hand to absolutely flatten him. Fanning himself, he taunts. The lackey drops. But the boss still hides. Wu Kaiming claps back. "Very impressive. Then let me show you what real power looks like." Gathering explosive energy into his palm, he attacks. Lu Pengfei stays perfectly calm. The eagle claw technique, one effortless palm strike blasts Wu away. What a pity. Not even worth looking at. Wu Kaiming spits up blood, organs heavily damaged. Terrified he could not block even a single casual move, Lu turns, completely mocking the terrified crowd. Ready to admit it now? Beiju martial artists are absolute garbage. Yu Xiaotong finally snaps, rushing out to defend their honor. "You are Lu Pengfei from the Jiangnan Lu family. Are you just using our entire generation as your personal punching bags?" He shrugs it off. "Oh, so my legendary reputation has already reached this far?" Heading west, I crushed everyone in Jiangnan and Jinhu. Now, I have walked all the way from the east straight into Beiju to see your strength. But honestly, Beiju is a massive disappointment. A girl nearby nervously whispers to Yu Xiaotong, "Who exactly is this monster?" "Trust me, you and I are about to discover how terrifying these absolute prodigies really are." All right, stick with me for some absolute martial arts madness. These fighters are prime candidates to hit the martial saint tier. The power levels here? Completely off the charts. Even the weakest guy is a high-level martial artist. The entire room just froze in total shock and silence. A high-level expert? Who could even survive that? Yu Xiaotong glared right at Lu Pengfei. "You come all the way to Beiju just to humiliate us? If you lose here, aren't you terrified they will strip your martial saint successor title?" Another young guy backed her up. "Yeah, You really need to check your massive ego, even as a top-tier successor. Do you seriously think you can just look down on every single fighter alive? Lu Pengfei just smirked with a totally fake apology. Oh, you misunderstood. I never planned to look down on the whole world. I was in Beiyang City yesterday. Their fighters are honestly pathetic, but somehow, they are still way better than you Beiju weaklings. Honestly, the younger generation in Beiju is just the absolute bottom of the barrel. Sick of his insane arrogance, Yu Xiaotong stepped up for a one-on-one duel. Lu Pengfei just folded his fan, mocking her. What is this? You actually want to fight me? She launched the first strike. I know I absolutely cannot beat you, but I refuse to watch you trash our Beiju fighters. The crowd behind her roared in absolute panic. Miss Yu, watch out. After a crazy fast exchange of moves, the arrogant Lu Pengfei casually wiped some blood off his cheek. Too weak. Just pathetically weak. His counterattack was so heavy. The solid ground beneath them literally shattered from the insane pressure. Now pay attention, because this is where the tension gets wild. The crowd almost jumped in, but she stopped them. She glared right at Lu Pengfei. Beiju actually has real geniuses. I just hope your ego can handle it, she thought. If everything went right, her brother should be arriving with Mr. Mu right about now. He did not even flinch. Does a guy like that actually exist here? The locals started muttering. Wait, do we really have a hidden monster in Beiju? Right on cue. The exact legend they needed finally showed up. Seeing his sister totally battered, Xiao Xiang sprinted over, pulled Yu Xiaotong off the ground, and panicked. Are you okay? He whipped out a special medical bottle. Look, I brought Mr. Mu. You need to swallow this heaven pill right now before the damage gets worse. Ruining your energy meridians would be game over. Lu Pengfei stared down at Mu Li, acting all elegant, but his actual tone was absolute poison. Oh, so this is your pathetic backup? Let me guess your thoughts. You think Beiju kids are garbage, and they are a massive letdown. Mu Li fired back. Yeah, exactly, but I am curious. Do you even have the skills to make me swallow my pride? Mu Li dropped his terms. I will stand right here. Force me to take even one single step backward, and you win the whole thing. I know what you are thinking. The villain is about to crush him, right? Lu Pengfei charged up his true energy, completely amused. Fine then, I am hitting you with everything in my arsenal. Forget stepping back, I am launching you. If you die from this, it is entirely your own fault. You begged for it. His aura exploded, taking the shape of a massive white serpent lunging forward. Everyone gasped in pure terror. That palm strike is a literal death sentence. This Mu guy is finished. Mu Li spotted it instantly. Wait, is that the mythical returning step technique? Lu Pengfei snapped back. Stop acting dumb. This is the serpent shadow palm. But his epic attack was met with just a calm, knowing smile. Call it whatever you want. Mu Li brushed him off. The final result stays exactly the same. Boom. He unleashed his own insane energy, dead-stopping the attack, and blasting a massive shockwave straight through the crowd. That wind pressure is completely off the charts. Seriously. Who are these monsters? It was impossible. Lu Pengfei's ultimate serpent palm was getting instantly deleted, and his brain simply short-circuited. His power completely vanished, and he was violently blasted right through the air. Luckily, an old bodyguard caught him. The guy screamed in pure rage. Who do you think you are? You dare injure my young master? Stop, Uncle Mai, it is on me. I am just too weak. I once saw a bald guy punch so hard, it literally cracked the sky and shook the earth itself. I wanted to recruit him, but the man literally sprinted off to catch some kind of crazy supermarket promotional sale event. Missing that guy was my biggest regret. But your palm technique is on a whole other level. Do you actually know him? Mu Li shrugged and said nope, but he definitely hoped to cross paths with a legend like that someday. So what do you and I take from this? Beiju City hides way more beasts than you ever predicted. You still have a long way to go. Suddenly, Xiao Shang screamed out, Mr. Mu, please help me. He was desperately shoving medicine at Xiao Tong, but she fiercely rejected it. Every single potion you brew is just way too creepy and totally bizarre. Let's dive straight into the madness. Last time, it made me burn and itch like crazy. Her brother pleaded with her this was a legendary Herculean restoration pill. It reinforces the body, multiplying your raw physical strength instantly by dozens of times. That burning itch, totally normal side effects. It just means her meridians are absorbing the medicine. But she just frantically shook her head, refusing it completely. I refuse to turn into some hulked-out muscle girl. Xiao Xiang tried to gently calm his stubborn sister. It's not the strength pill. It's strictly to heal your shattered meridians. Please just take it. Just then, Mr. Mo stepped up, patting his shoulder. Relax. Let me take a look. Xiao Tong slumped back, whimpering in absolute agony. Mr. Mo, it hurts everywhere. He spoke softly. Your injuries are severe, but don't panic. You'll be completely fine. Instantly, he channeled his pure internal energy to heal her wounds. A soothing warmth flooded Xiao Tong's body. My injuries, they're completely gone. Thank you, Mr. Mo. Mo noticed the entire room just dead silent, staring right at him. What's wrong with everyone? Wu Jiming threw up a massive thumbs up. Mr. Mo, thanks for proving that Beiju martial artists are absolutely not trash. Now pay close attention here. Number 10 on the martial god list? He still got absolutely obliterated by our guy. Lu Feng grinned. Exactly. A top 10 successor couldn't even survive a single strike from someone in Beiju's younger generation. Pathetic. Once this insane news leaks, it's going to completely shake the entire martial arts world. Beiju's reputation is going to skyrocket up the ranks overnight. Absolute perfection. Lu Pengfei coughed violently before looking at Mo. You're this ridiculously strong, so why isn't your name on that successor list? With your godlike power, you could easily challenge Huang Fu Yun from the imperial capital for the absolute #1 spot. Xiao Tong hyped him up. Huang Fu Yun is the undisputed ultimate prodigy in all of Wuxia. He hit the peak of martial arts at 20. Our entire generation is basically just living in his massive shadow. But Mr. Mo, he's an even crazier genius than him. Lu Pengfei had to nod along. Mo's power was undeniable, but Lu warned, the imperial capital is crawling with terrifying hidden masters. Monsters appear every generation. Don't celebrate yet. Mo casually asked, how many martial gods exist in Wuxia? Even in my early Qi refinement stage, I'm already on par with those guys. By his logic, a so-called martial god wasn't much different from a standard core formation cultivator. Basically, child's play for him. Lu Pengfei shook his head. Honestly, I have no idea exactly how many martial gods exist here. You and I both know they're insanely rare. Nobody knows for sure, but the rumor is there's 20 of them max. But the imperial capital is stacked. Most martial gods belong to massive, wealthy, aristocratic families. They have about 6 or 7 living there, Mo asked. And anyone ranked above a martial god? Lu explained. Martial gods are basically the ceiling, the absolute strongest alive. But there are wild rumors that the capital has 2 monsters who actually hit the grand martial god realm. One leads the entire martial alliance. The other? The hidden shadow backing the nation's supreme leader. But personally, I've never actually seen proof that anyone higher than a martial god exists. So there's really nobody. What a complete letdown, Mo thought. Legends say Wuxia history hides a transcendent saint. When I finally hit the imperial capital, I guess I'll need to keep my guard up. Lu Pengfei waved it off. Brother Mo, don't even sweat it. We're just high-level martial artists here. Anything past martial god is basically a fantasy. Right now, our only goal is seeing who in our generation hits that martial god rank first. Whoever breaks through first, they instantly get the absolute backing of Wuxia's highest martial arts authorities. You need to understand, every single martial alliance leader was chosen exactly like that. The room buzzed with pure shock. That title? It's basically the emperor of the entire Wuxia martial arts world. So many factions. Everyone bows to the alliance. If Beiju could actually produce an alliance leader, it would be absolutely historic. But Mo looked incredibly bored, leaving Lu completely stunned. No interest at all? Meanwhile, Lu's body was literally collapsing. He gritted his teeth. That kid's palm strike earlier was devastating. If he didn't go regulate his qi immediately, his meridians were permanently fried. He gave a deep salute. Brother Mo, you're truly extraordinary. And trust me, we're just getting started with this monster. Stick with me, every legendary rivalry starts with a fight. If you ever swing by Guangdong province in the future, do me a favor. Stop by the Lu family estate. As my VIP guest, I will break out the absolute best wine for you. But for today, business calls. So, I am out of here. He dramatically snaps his fan open before walking off, leaving everyone completely stunned. Even his exits are purely a flex. Such a massive show-off. Mui whispers right into Xiao Tong's ear. I am heading down. My mom is expecting me. She turns to Xiao Xiang. Brother, I will go see Mr. Mo out. He watches his sister leave, a single tragic tear dropping. My baby sister is totally grown up. She already forgot all about her big brother. The younger Yu family members all shout together. Take care, Mr. Mo. Now watch closely. Hitting the elevator, he smirks. These guys have zero clue he is a literal cultivator. Martial Alliance leader? Give me a break. I, Mui, am aiming way higher than that. Back home, he rushes into his room, pops the $1,000,000 jade bottle, and calls for Zhang Xiao. Total silence. He flips it upside down. Where did she go? Suddenly, Xiaoyi casually replies from right behind him. I am already out here. Mui is completely baffled. How did she escape? Xiaoyi acts totally innocent. Did you not just give me that basic ghost immortal cultivation manual? Some absolute jerk locked me in a tiny dark box. So all I could do was train my soul. Mui instantly snaps back. I dropped millions on that bottle for you. How is it tiny? She shrugs. The pure Tao blocks all demons. But after running the technique a few hundred times, I had a massive breakthrough. I felt like I could literally phase right through my prison. So, I tried it, and boom, it actually worked. Hearing that, Mui is absolutely floored by her leveling speed. You already mastered the illusion and reality tier? That fast? He thinks in pure disbelief. That illusion tier only unlocks after mastering the first stage of the Ghost Immortal scripture. And she cleared it in a single night. One night, just because she was bored out of her mind, she spammed the technique and fully mastered the first level. Watching her smugly declare herself a genius, Mui realizes something crazy. Is she a ghost cultivation prodigy? Did he just hit the jackpot? Xiaoyi slides right up next to him. Am I not amazing? Praise me already. I swear I won't get arrogant. Mu just gives a flat reply. It is fine. Furious, she turns her back and aggressively mutters, baiting a reaction. Is it really that hard to compliment a girl? You absolute jerk. Getting serious, he speaks up. Since you hit the illusion realm, I can actually teach you a special trick for your soul body. Xiaoyi is super curious about this new skill, but he just pats the mattress, telling her to hop on. You guessed it, she completely misunderstood, shrieking in total panic. What in the world are you doing? Unfazed, he smoothly replies. Obviously, we are going to do what you want right now. Her head floods with steamy scenarios. She spaces out so hard that Mui has to ask what she is imagining. Super guilty, Xiaoyi stammers. Nothing at all. Once she chills out, Mui reveals the secret. This is a soul transformation art. A soul is basically pure, formless, flowing energy. Master this, and you can shapeshift into literally anything. After a solid hour of lecturing, he lets her test it out. She hums softly and decides to be a tree. Boom, it works flawlessly. Look how green, the ultimate color of life. Shift again. Let us see if I can be a cute little animal. Staring at the tiny pink pig, Mui laughs. Who taught you aesthetics? Your gym teacher. Hearing that savage roast, Xiao snaps. You just wanted to see a gorgeous girl, right? I will just turn into one. Finally, she shifts into something seriously stunning. She poses and asks shyly, well, am I pretty? Mu quickly looks away, totally flustered. You are exposed, Xiaoyi gasps, covers her face, and basically dies of embarrassment. Suddenly, her body feels weirdly heavy. Her legs give out, and she collapses right into Mui's arms. Mui, why do I feel so incredibly weak? This feels awful. He just sighs. Obviously, you do. Shapeshifting burns massive soul energy, so you are tapped out. Feeling totally weak right now is 100% normal. Xiaoyi still feels paranoid. She looks up. If I keep messing around, will there be any lasting side effects? Mui gently pats the ghost girl's head. Relax, you just burnt out your energy. You will fully recover in 10 days. Let's pause here. They're dangerously close, making her totally flustered. Trust me, you and I need to see what happens next. She was absolutely furious about the massive energy drain. But Mui just confidently smiled, assuring her everything was completely fine. You and I are jumping right in. Her illusion skills were locked out, leaving her totally confused. What was the point of this transformation art then? Hearing it had zero practical use made Xiaoyi scream in pure rage. She screamed that she was going to absolutely murder him. Then, boom. 3 days flew by in an instant. Today, the Yu family threw a massive banquet to celebrate the old master's 65th birthday. Mui casually asked the guard if he was at the right spot for the party. Outwardly, the guard just nodded and said yes, but internally, the guy was baffled. He had worked there for 10 years and never once saw a guest pull up on a literal bicycle. Should he step in? Was this guy here to cause trouble? But before he could even act, Old Master Yu and Yu Xiaotong rushed out to personally welcome him. They ushered the young master inside, acting like absolute royalty was gracing their presence. They called it a massive honor. Playing along, Mui officially presented his birthday gift. He wished the elder an endlessly long life. The old man just laughed, saying Mui's presence alone was more than enough. Without hesitation, Xiaotong grabbed his hand, enthusiastically offering to personally show the young master around the beautiful back garden. Watching them walk off, The old master just smiled warmly. Girls grow up way too fast. Then a brilliant idea hit him. Securing someone as incredible as Mui for a grandson-in-law would be an absolute dream come true. Now, pay attention. The old man suddenly noticed the guard blocking the Wu family at the gate. He demanded answers. Did the Yu family even send them an invite? Showing up uninvited was a massive insult. Wu Hong kept it painfully polite. He claimed he heard about the master's recovery, calling it a truly beautiful and joyous occasion. As a top family of the North State, he said they simply had to come by and pay their absolute deepest respects. Wanting to avoid a massive scene, the old master ordered the guards to let them in. But his guard was up. What in the world was this scheming snake actually plotting? Meanwhile, back in the VIP room, Xiao Tong was sipping wine and casually chatting away. She was amazed he hit such a terrifying cultivation tier so young. It was mind-blowing, but Mui just shrugged it off casually. He coolly claimed the tier wasn't even that hard. He just practiced constantly. And boom, he naturally arrived at this epic level. Hearing that hit Xiao Tong like a ton of bricks. Not that difficult? She silently wanted to cry. She felt completely useless in comparison. Noticing this, he smoothly suggested they drop the formalities and just use his first name. They clinked glasses, smiling happily. To Xiao Tong, it genuinely felt like their romantic bond had just leveled up in a massive way. Her mind instantly started racing. Were they actually going to get married and have babies? You and I both know she's moving way too fast. Her wild daydream about boy or girl baby names completely shattered when two elders abruptly interrupted. They were totally shocked to see the legendary Mui chilling there, asking if he was also attending the grand birthday banquet. He confirmed it. Right then, Wu Hong locked onto his target. Grabbing a fresh glass of wine, he shamelessly walked right up to Mui, boldly apologizing for offending the Grandmaster on the subway earlier. He called himself incredibly lucky to run into him, offering a deep toast and begging Mui to forgive his past idiotic mistakes. Rejecting an apology is terrible form, so he basically forced Mui to drink. Mui calmly agreed, saying it was no problem at all. He raised his glass and downed it completely. Smirking, Wu Hong quickly slipped away to corner old man Yu. Acting fake and friendly, he mentioned hearing about the recovery, claiming his own father was deeply concerned about his health. Watching the Wu guys aggressively toast every single person in the room, the elders had to admit their alcohol tolerance was absolutely insane. Then, Wu Hong stood up, demanding silence. Time to stir up some serious drama at the old master's 65th birthday bash. He noted how rare it was to see all the powerful Beiju families gathered in one place. Seizing the spotlight, he declared that everyone knew the Beiju martial arts scene was currently looking incredibly weak. They didn't even rank highly within the grand martial arts circles of Jinhu province, over in Huakia. Just days ago, Lu Pengfi, the 10th-ranked Grandmaster successor, visited Huaxia and openly mocked every single Beiju fighter, calling them total absolute trash. He faked a sigh, calling it completely heartbreaking to watch their younger generation get utterly humiliated. They lacked the raw power to fight back. While speaking, he shot a sneaky glance at Mui, who was sitting totally silent. Wu Hong smirked internally, assuming Mui drank it all. Then, he smoothly handed the spotlight over to his son. He prompted Wu Kaiming to explain exactly why their martial artists couldn't hold their heads high, and why outsiders despised them so much. What do you and I make of this setup? Taking his cue, the son finally started his dramatic performance. He clenched his fists, faking absolute outrage. This lack of a true leader? That is exactly what is holding all of Beiju back. Wu Hong immediately backed him up. Exactly. Listen closely, because here is the setup. He claimed the Wu family was heartbroken seeing all the Beiju factions completely divided and weak. So, their grand solution? The Wu family would generously step up and forge a massive, unified alliance of all the local families. They promised mutual protection against common enemies, while boosting both their economy and their martial arts power to absolute peak levels. Yu Xiao could not stomach the hypocrisy anymore. He openly scoffed. You two are putting on quite the little synchronized stage play. Huh? Even street scammers could learn from you. Meanwhile, Mu quickly realized today's banquet was turning into one incredibly entertaining show. The Wu family's actual goal was painfully obvious. They wanted an excuse to crown themselves the undisputed kings of Beiju. But their manipulation worked flawlessly. The father and son duo riled up the crowd, and soon enough, a hand shot up to vote. I back the Wu family. We have to unite. Almost instantly, a massive wave of hands followed. I support them too. Me too. If everyone is in, so am I. Yu Ang leaned in, whispering to his father that even their own allies were openly defecting. Clearly, the Wu family had secretly bought them out. For years, The Yu and Wu clans waged a quiet shadow war, but they had never dared to clash this publicly before. Now pay attention, because the masks are coming off. The Wu family was making their move. Furious, the old master finally spoke. Our Yu family has always treated you well. What the hell are you playing at? But Wu Hong just smirked, knowing he had the entire room eating out of his hand. He locked eyes with the Yu family head. Old man Yu, even a simple bird knows to pick the strongest branch to sit on. Your era is officially over. Read the room. The Beiju region needs a true master, and it cannot wait another single day. That sheer disrespect made the 65-year-old master explode. He slapped Wu Hong hard across the face. What fake alliance? You just want to steal the leader position for your own bloodline, do you not? But Wu Hong flawlessly pivoted into playing the absolute victim. My father, becoming the alliance leader, was decided by a fair, democratic vote from everyone here. It is simply the will of the people. The old man had heard enough of this absolute garbage. Wu Bashi, you dare play these cheap tricks? I know you are hiding here. A pathetic lackey like Wu Hong is totally unqualified to lead. Drag yourself out here right now. Suddenly, heavy footsteps echoed across the marble floor, followed by an incredibly arrogant string of curses. The entire crowd turned instantly to see the man who just stepped from the shadows. Wu Bashi. The Wu family leader offered a chillingly polite warning. Old man Yu, how many times must we go over this? My name is Wu Bashi. Disrespect my name one more time, and watch what happens. Finally, face to face with the real mastermind, the old master stepped right up. What kind of massive bribe did you offer these traitors to make them all turn on us? He gave a chillingly simple reply. We just want the Yu family completely wiped out. Nothing else. The Yu father and son instantly connected the terrifying dots. Was he seriously planning to butcher their clan and split their wealth among these greedy families? The sheer nerve. Standing tall as the patriarch, the old master flared his aura and warned Bashi, you severely underestimate our true strength. But wait, you and I both know something is wrong. His internal energy was completely blocked. Before he even realized the trap, it was game over. Wu Hong burst into manic laughter. Feeling weak? That smiling 7 steps poison cost me 1 million from the capital. Completely invisible. Totally tasteless. No matter how overpowered a martial artist might be, they are physically locked out of using even a drop of internal power. I prepared this just for your special birthday. Are you not moved? The old master was completely stunned. Their ancestral estate had legendary security. How could outsiders possibly slip poison into their inner sanctum? Suddenly, a painfully familiar voice echoed from the shadows. I was the one who poisoned the drinks. The old master's own second son strolled in, wearing a sick smirk. Surprised? Look who is finally not a total failure. I am taking over as the Yu family head to lead our future. Coughing up blood and shaking with absolute rage, his father screamed at him, you absolute idiot. Do you not know how ruthless the Wu clan is? They will slaughter you before the year even ends. Meanwhile, a visibly shaking Wu Qiming cornered Mu with a dagger. He genuinely did not want blood on his hands. But for the Wu family's ultimate victory, Mu had to die. Stepping closer, Mu casually glanced up and asked one thing. Do you even have the guts? Those simple words alone carried such overwhelming pressure that Qi Ming instantly recoiled in pure terror. The poisoned old master was seconds away from collapsing, but still fiercely glared at Bashi. Destroy the Yu family if you want, but if you dare touch a single hair on young Master Mu's head, the consequences will erase your bloodline. Trust me, we are about to see why nobody in all of Huaxia dares to provoke him. Stick with me here. You and I are diving into absolute madness. Even Huang Fuyun couldn't reach the martial venerable tier. So why listen to threats? Look at that kid. He's way too young. There is absolutely no way he could actually be a real martial venerable. If he was, why would he dare show up at the Yu family estate? He whispers this, deliberately trying to provoke Lu Feng. You saw that young man's terrifying power at the restaurant the other day. Go on, tell the crowd. Is he truly a martial venerable? Lu Feng hesitates before speaking. He is not a martial venerable, but his power rivals Huang Fuyun. They are practically on the exact same level. He completely crushed Lu Pengfei, bringing massive glory to our northern province. Thinking he just found the perfect pawn, Wu Bashi violently grabs him by the collar. He hisses, all right, you can shut your mouth right now. Right then, Yu Fang desperately turns to plead with Minister Wang. The Wu family is playing dirty. They are pushing our Yu family to absolute ruin and daring to frame a true martial venerable. Is the martial alliance just going to sit back and watch? But Wu Bashi quickly interrupts. Minister Wang, our Wu family just made a tiny mistake today. We just crushed a completely ordinary martial artist, right? The corrupt 48-year-old Martial Alliance branch head just smirks and quietly demands more money. Seeing their sickening true colors, Yu Feng realizes they are totally doomed. You guys are completely shameless. Mr. Mo, I am so sorry. Our family dragged you straight into this mess. Now, pay close attention here. This is where everything goes wild. Wu Hong turns to provoke his son. This guy humiliated you at the restaurant banquet. As the heir of the Wu family, how exactly do you want your payback? He violently lists off Mo's supposed crimes. That day, he kicked me 3 times. I can still feel that agonizing, bone-shattering pain. First, I will slice the tendons in his legs. Then, his arms. I want to watch him crawling in the dirt like a pathetic worm. Wu Hong laughs. Twisted, but I absolutely love it. You truly are my son. Wu Kaiming violently raises his shining blade and sneers. You picked the wrong side. Do not blame me. But having watched this father and son's arrogance for long enough, Mo furiously shatters his wine glass. In a flash, his bare hand shoots out, locking onto Wu Kaiming's wrist like iron. The blade drops. Mo instantly flips the script, snatching the falling knife and driving it straight through Wu Kaiming's hand with brutal force. He screams in absolute agony. Father, please save me. Wu Hong freezes in total shock. Is he not poisoned? How on earth is that possible? I literally watched him drink that spiked wine myself. What the hell just happened? Completely enraged, Wu Hong lunges forward to attack. You dared to cripple my son. I will chop you into pieces. But Mo just sits there, completely calm. Right as the attack closes in, he slams the table. Using the massive momentum, he delivers a devastating kick to Wu Hong, then casually pulls his leg back and relaxes. You and I both knew that was coming, right? The room goes dead silent. Is this really a poisoned martial venerable? He is insanely overpowered. Blown across the room, Wu Hong spits blood and yells. Even if he is a venerable, he is poisoned. Now is our ultimate chance. If we all rush him at once, we can absolutely take this arrogant kid down. The other clan leaders instantly backpedal. Like hell we will. Does that monster look poisoned to you in any way? You totally scammed us. I am out of here. Me too. The Wu family tried to trick us into fighting a god-tier venerable. This is completely insane. My family is officially out of this mess. We are absolutely not getting involved in this deadly war between your two families. Watching his entire plan collapse in seconds, Wu Bashi angrily clenches his fists and leaps forward. He is poisoned. Let me prove it right now. I am a peak-level high-grade warrior. I will expose his bluff with just one strike, right here and right now. Martial Venerable, let me see for myself just how untouchable your legendary realm actually is. You are still just a mortal. But as he charges at Mo, an ocean of terrifying pressure suddenly slams into him, leaving him completely paralyzed. Boom! Mo's pure energy crashes right into Wu Bashi, setting off a massive shockwave. The impact blasts a massive crater straight through the estate wall. Shattered bricks and debris rain down like a literal meteor shower. Minister Wang watches in pure terror as Wu Bashi gets launched outside by one single punch, left hanging from a random tree. The rest of the stunned family leaders, witnessing this godlike strength, absolutely lose their minds. A peak warrior just got blasted 78 meters away with just one casual hit. That is just unreal. Yu Feng and Xiao Xiang instantly sprint over. Mr. Mo, Xiao Tong, are you two hurt at all? Mr. Mo, did that poison actually affect you? Mo just smiles. Oh, I was poisoned, but I forced that trash out of my system instantly. So what do you and I take from this? Never mess with the quiet ones. Even Xiao Shang jokes. The old Xiao Tong would already be fighting. Let's dive in. You're awfully quiet today. Guess the rumors were true. Every fierce girl has a guy who tames her. Completely flustered, Xiao Tong punches her brother through the air. She yells at him to shut up. Meanwhile, that same brother basically made himself a human crash test dummy for the strength pill. The test? Absolute perfection. The old man sighs, finally able to rest easy knowing someone can actually handle this wild girl. Mui shoots that down. No, he absolutely cannot. Right on cue, Yu Wang walks up holding a little vial. The Wu family is tied up and secured, and he's got the antidote snatched straight from Wu Bashi. Stepping in front of the panicked crowd, Yuang shouts out, asking if they seriously still want to follow that loser. He holds up the cure. Beg for mercy right now, or end up exactly like the crushed Wu family. Obviously, they fold instantly. Everyone drops to their knees, swearing absolute, undying loyalty to the Yu family. The old master nods, having his son hand out the cure. The Yu family is basically buying total loyalty right here. Reaching Grandmaster tier at Mui's age? Completely unheard of. The guy is a walking legend. The perks are massive. This sly old fox knows exactly what he's doing, latching onto the strongest guy in the room. Shifting gears, the Grand Elder drops a massive proposal. It's time for the North Province families to build a brand new alliance. He promises they won't act like the greedy Wu family who just hoarded all the power. The Yu family wants a real partnership, a team effort to level up the entire economy and martial arts scene in the North. Now pay attention here. Whoever leads this new alliance basically becomes the absolute king. To keep things fair, a council of elders will run things, with every single seat decided by an open vote. The crowd looks unsure. The old man sweetens the deal, promising to heavily train the next generation. He admits their province is dead last in combat power, then drops the bomb. The Yu family will freely share their secret cultivation manual with everyone to prove their loyalty. Free power-ups? Say less. The Zhang and Li family heads instantly jump on board, pledging their clans immediately. The Li clan shouts their support for unity. Right behind them, the Hong family boss nods along, completely sold on the idea. Seeing the heavy hitters stepping up, the Hong clan declares they are all in for the future of the North Province. It's an absolute no-brainer. They happily lock in their spot. With every top-tier family already secured, the smaller clans have absolutely no excuse to say no. Yuang takes the floor. First up, voting for the big boss. They need an alliance leader that commands absolute, unquestionable respect from everyone. Someone who can crush any problem. He opens the floor for nominations, but is there even a debate? The guy leading all these martial arts families obviously has to be the absolute strongest fighter. Across the entire province, nobody even holds a candle to Mui. The guy next to him instantly yells out his agreement. He's the perfect face for the group. Having a literal grandmaster leading them would be an insane flex. Xiao Tong stares at Mui, completely starry-eyed. She's wondering how a guy this incredibly perfect actually exists in the real world. I know what you're thinking, but wait till you hear her brother's absolutely insane plan. Seeing his sister crushing so hard, Xiao Shang literally tells her to just go and drug Mui's drink. He taunts her, saying if she doesn't have the guts, she should just completely give up. His logic? Mui is a stand-up guy. If they accidentally lock in a wild night, he'll definitely take responsibility and marry her. Xiao Tong turns tomato red, completely short-circuiting. Her brain immediately starts running a highlight reel of spicy fantasies with Mui. Reality quickly smacks her. She shakes her head in panic. What is she thinking? This is unhinged. Xiao Shang won't quit though. He pushes for action right now. Let's blitz the guy tonight and secure the bag. As tempting as that sounds, she has her pride. She refuses to use a dirty trick to win him. She honestly wonders if Mui will even take the job. Right on cue, Yuang pops the big question to him. Everyone wants him as the supreme leader. What's his call? Mui doesn't even hesitate. He's always been a solo player. Managing a bunch of martial arts families sounds like a massive headache he just doesn't want. He claims he's not cut out for the job, and honestly, zero interest in playing politics. But the old man isn't letting him off that easy. He insists the North Province boss has to be someone everyone fears and respects. Every single fighter here is in awe of his power. Simply put, if Mui doesn't step up, literally nobody else is qualified. As for the management stuff, we'll find out together, all right? You and I are jumping right into the chaos. The elders will manage the heavy lifting as proxies, so he has zero things to worry about. Desperate to lock him in with the Yu family, Xiao Tong jumps in too. Come on. Everyone is begging for you to take charge. Just agree already. Do it for every single fighter in the North Province. Please, just say yes. Xiao Shang whispers with a sly grin. Go on, sis. Hit him with your ultimate move, that massive heart. But Xiao Tong snaps right back. Are you seriously joking right now? Meanwhile, Mui just stands there, totally lost in his own thoughts for a second. Finally, he breaks the silence. I accept the position. Immediately, a guy throws his hand up and screams, Alliance Leader Mo. Within seconds, the hype spreads like wildfire. The entire room erupts, chanting his name in absolute unison. Fast forward 3 whole days. Mui is just chilling on a bus when he catches the 2 people behind him, gossiping. Dude, did you hear the news? 2 martial grandmasters popped up in one single day. They say Yuang was totally hard stuck at his peak tier. Breaking through seemed absolutely impossible. Now, watch this closely with me. Our guy casually beats him into the next tier, then drops an overpowered manual called the Mu True Scripture. That manual is an absolute cheat code for cultivation. People are literally calling it the holy grail of martial arts. Mu just smirks, remembering the exact moment. Yu Wang was terrified, asking if he was getting beaten up again. Mui's legendary response? Nah, just 2 solid slaps will do the trick. The strangers keep talking. I hear this alliance leader is crazy strong. Have you actually seen him in real life? They say the guy is a total ghost. A legendary dragon who shows his face once and then just vanishes completely. Probably some hidden master from Pangle. Right then, Mushin wakes up, rubbing her eyes. Where are we anyway? Mui pulls her in close, whispering they still have 30 minutes left. The move makes the women nearby instantly think they are dating. Ah, young love is just the best. Mui catches that and gives a quiet smile. Soon after, Mushin hops off and waves goodbye. See you later. I'm heading to school. Stay safe. But suddenly, a crazy alert on the Epic forum flashes on screen. You felt that tension drop, right? Sujachi was assassinated last night, and her status is totally unknown. Mui snatches a public bike and speeds straight toward the Su family estate. An old man yells out a friendly warning. Hey kid, put that phone away before you crash. Arriving at the estate, the butler grabs the bike and sighs heavily. Mr. Mui, you really are as wild as ever. Ignoring him, Mui sprints straight for the main house. Suen is standing right there, dropping into a deep bow. Mr. Mui, you have finally made it back. I heard your message and rode straight through the night. Mui replies. Since the whole call was just bait to bring him here, Suen looks super guilty. I am incredibly sorry for dragging you out here. But Mui just lets it slide, no time for drama. Besides, his month-long break was wrapping up anyway. Out of nowhere, Jackie's voice rings out from inside, screaming Mui's name. He turns around and boom, she tackles him into a massive hug. Jackie is absolutely ecstatic, crying out that he finally returned. Her dad yells at her to stop. But trust me, we know she won't.